What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Hot Toys Hotline Live, episode 139. I want to start by saying, I hope everybody is being safe out there. I know a lot of us, especially on the East Coast, we got absolutely annihilated by snow. I know Fig was saying he was snowed in. This afternoon, I spent hours digging my girlfriend and I's cars out, and dude, like they came through with a snowplow and just created a wall of ice behind our cars. I was so pissed, bro. So pissed. But, we got it taken care of, and we can actually leave the house now. We did leave yesterday, but like a friend came in his Jeep and picked us up, and we all went somewhere. But I hope everybody's being safe out there. I've seen a lot of roads by here that haven't even been touched, like a lot of, streets and residential streets and stuff. So hope you guys are being safe out there. I appreciate you for being here on this fine Tuesday evening. Neither Mike or Chris will be joining us tonight. Mike just welcomed a new baby, so he's got dad duties for the foreseeable future, but he'll do his best to join us when he can. And Chris, I have no excuse for him. I was giving him shit, but thank you guys, everybody, for being here. We got some really exciting stuff to talk about this week. This is a stream that I really wanted to do, especially for the Father Predator. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen it by now. That's a figure that I was hoping they were going to do because I really loved that movie, and I wanted some companion pieces for deck. So I am very, very excited about that. I remember when it popped up at I guess it was almost 1 a.m. our time, EST. I was just losing my mind. I was super, super excited about it. So I can't wait to talk about it with you guys because it's something I'm very excited for. But Fig and Lane, thank you so much for making time this evening to join us. I think we have a lot of good, diverse stuff to talk about. A little bit of something for everybody potentially. But how you guys doing? Thanks for being here. Fig, I appreciate you joining us. We got you kind of in a different setting. Yeah, we got you in a different setting because we're used to you, working your ass off and being able to join us on stream while you're on the road. So it's probably nice to be at your own desk for once and have an actual proper lighting.
Working.
Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, it's cool to see more of your face because you have actual proper lighting. So
right.
He's not AI, guys. He's real. Yeah,
not a ghost.
Right. But I appreciate you being here, bro, and I'm glad you're able to make it. I hope you'll be able to dig your way out soon because I know you're snowed in as well. But hey, I'm sure you're chilling, getting stuff done around the house, whatever. It's nice to be able to be forced into doing that because that's like the stuff you don't want to do all the time,
But it got to be done.
Exactly. And guys, if you couldn't tell, Fig is really excited for the upcoming X-Men appearances and hoping that Hot Toys really goes hard on those figures. I'm praying for him. I might grab a cameo figure here and there that means something to me, but I'm really hoping they go hard because I know Fig is he's sitting here and watching me eat and get all these figures that I've been wanting, and I'm like, dude, I think they will, though. I do think they will. I think these films, Secret Wars as well, these are going to bring Marvel hopefully back to the limelight because, they've been hit or miss with the shows and stuff, so fingers crossed for all you X-Men fans, especially that we get a ton of stuff figure-wise.
Now we've got Doomsday.
Yes, sir.
Coming this year.
Yeah. So, Lane, are you ready for Doomsday? Are you ready to buy every single X-Men figure?
I didn't say Doomsday. I said Doomsday.
Oh, okay.
Because it's supposed to be Doomsday and Doom 3 are coming out the same day.
That's true.
So that's what we're calling it.
For still in the IMAX, man. Screw those guys.
Yeah, Doom's. Yeah, they get all the IMAX. Although I gotta admit, when those two if they keep the same date, I'm gonna go see Doom 3 before Doomsday. Yeah. I want to see the third Dune.
I'm very excited for Dune as well, Lane. I'm a big Dune fan as well. It's kind of dirty that I always wonder why production companies do that. Why are they scheduling the same day, same weekend?
Give a couple weeks in between or something. Because
I know.
I think Doomsday is going to be good, but I have more faith in Denis Villeneuve actually putting out a good movie than Doomsday right now, just because I'm not as I'm going to see that because I'm more invested in seeing that sequel than Doomsday because I haven't either liked or watched any of the last 3 or 4, maybe 5 Marvel movies. So, it's just one of those things where one has more of my attention than the other one.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I hope everybody's doing great tonight.
Yeah, so Lane and Fig, once again, thanks for being here. We're going to say what's up to everybody in the chat, and then we'll get started. We got my dude Gio in the house, the movie canon, a hotline hottie. Thanks for being here, my friend. Gio saying what's up to everybody in the chat. Thanks for being here, Gio. As always, I hope you're doing well. We got my boy Valk. What's up, my friend? A moderator and a hotline hottie. He says, good afternoon, Gio, Connor, and Fig Pozr. I hope you're doing well, my dude. Thank you so much for being here, as always. I was just chatting with Tim about those Conan the Barbarian picks. We're going to take a look at those later in the stream. Thank you so much for being here, Tim. I hope you're doing well. Guys, as always, if you haven't already, check out the Caustic Plastik Facebook group. Tim is actually the creator of that group and has created an awesome place for those of us who collect caustic plastic. So definitely check it out, and happy Tuesday to you, my friend. We got Adam in the house, the one Adam 12, another hotline hottie. Adam says, what's up, guys? I know Adam is actually very excited for quite a few things this week, especially that Rocky figure, because I know Adam is very into Rocky. And, you know, I've been trying to be better with my collecting and not get every version of every single character, because you just can't do that. You have to pick and choose when you go that hard on certain characters. So Rocky, I've been holding off, and my strong will has paid off, because the version that I always wanted in the Apollo Creed trunks, we're finally getting it, and I can't wait to talk about that with you guys a little bit later. But thanks for being here, as always, Adam. We got Dream and Visions in the house. What is up, Dream? I hope you're doing well. Dropping the bat emoji. Love that. Anything Batman related, I love it. Thanks for being here. We got Game Shift in the house. What's up, Game Shift? Game Shift says, hello, hello. Glad to catch your stream. I hope everyone is okay after the winter storm. Well, thank you so much. And likewise, we're doing A-okay here. Everybody I know is safe, and that's all we can ask for, right? We got Cylon in the house. Love the profile picture. What's up, Cylon? I know Fig Pozr likes that one, too. I hope you're doing well. He's saying hi, everyone. Of course, Jose. Ooh. Jose, yeah, it's a dope profile picture. Jose, of course, is here to bust my balls. What's up, my friend? Jose said, whoa, you didn't cancel this week? Hey, everyone. Glad there's a stream this week. I was very close only because a family member is having a birthday party, but thankfully it's like a light birthday party. The real birthday party is this weekend. So I was telling my girlfriend, I'm like, I got to go live for the Father Predator. I got to talk about Najor. So I pulled some strings for you guys.
The gossip goat himself.
Right. Yomo in the house. What's up, my friend? I'm moderator.
I love how he says, for you guys, I risked the wrath of my girlfriend.
I know. I thought about Jose is going to talk smack to me. Steve is going to talk smack to me. You know,
well, would you rather get talk smack or get smack? That would be my question. Would be more.
Lane, I'm a big guy. I could take some hits, bro. I can take some hits. Thanks for being here, Yum. Another hotline hottie and a moderator. I appreciate you, my friend. Moose in the house. Another hotline hottie. Moose says, hello, community collector. Spider-Man 77 in hand. I was just made aware this morning, Moose, by the way, congrats on that figure is now going for $850 to $900. It shot up from $650, the original price it was selling for when it first dropped. That's crazy. So even if you bought it when it first dropped, you got a good deal considering what it's going for now. But isn't it crazy to think that the Toy Steak Spider-Man mask is selling for around that price for just a head for a figure? So crazy to think about. And yeah, Fig locked his down. I finally got mine for a very fair price. So for what we paid, I think we basically won the lottery there, considering what it's going for now. It's absolutely insane. But yeah.
I got 77 to flip, bro. Damn.
All right. Yeah.
Damn.
850. That's crazy. JB in the house. What's up, my friend? JB says, hey, fellas. Hope you're doing well, my friend. We got Tokyo Joey in the house, another hotline hottie. He says, morning from Japan, fellas. Good morning, my friend. Yeah. Guys, if you haven't already, check out Joey. Joey's got a great Instagram page where he shares, especially 112 stuff. He's really on top of that, 'cause being in Japan. He's got like really exclusive access basically to a lot of that stuff that we wouldn't have here, like early photos and things like that. And he's always over on Kaiju Daddy's stream as well. So definitely check out Kaiju Daddy so you can see more of Tokyo Joey, because he's a great guy.
Kaiju Goat.
That figure that Spider-Man has become like the Crosshair was a couple years ago, where it just kind of came out and then went completely insane in the how much it was costing. And you're just like, what? At least that one was only 600. So
yeah, this one was a bit more expected. Yeah, this one was a bit more expected only because of the limited number. Crosshair was like, we kind of had a feeling we were going to get the whole team, but I guess no one would have ever guessed that Crosshair would shoot up like that. Like, I almost wish I could go back.
$600 or something like that. Yeah.
Well, even on Facebook, Facebook he's like 650. So on eBay, you're looking at 700 plus, which is crazy.
Crazy.
Absolutely crazy. We got Philly in the house, another hotline honey. He says, heyo, everyone. What's up, my friend? Thanks for being here as always. I hope you're doing well. I always fuck up this name. I apologize. I shouldn't, because he's got the Maryland Terrapins tattoo, so I'm like disrespecting a fellow Marylander. I don't know if you're still in Maryland, but Leul, Am I pronouncing that right? Please correct me if I'm wrong. I hate pronouncing people's names wrong because it's so disrespectful to me. But thank you for being here, my friend. Unless this is is this your other account?
Hey, look, let's just scroll past. Let's just keep it moving.
Oh, you switched. Look, the same message. We just doxed him, bro. That's crazy. I remember. Did you actually have a Maryland Terrapins tattoo?
Yeah, right.
Damn, bro. And you're not a Ravens fan. That's crazy.
Nah, hey, PG County all day, baby. PG County it is, man.
Hey, I was with you. I told you early on, I was like, I think the Patriots are making it to the bowl, and here they are, bro. I'm happy for you. I'm very happy for you.
Go Pats. I should have had a jersey on.
All right.
Get the jersey, man.
That's funny. Yeah, I was with you, bro. I know you remember. I was with you.
Hey, how about us? Damn.
Yeah, I wish the Ravens were there, but hey, at least one of my friends has their team there. That's all that matters, you know.
Hey, one Adam 12 too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Adam is a Patriots fan as well. Yep. I'm gunning for him. I know everybody's counting them out, but I think they have a chance.
Still counting them out. Oh my God.
I think they have a chance. I almost think I should bet on them, but we'll see. Joey says just read that they're eyeing Cynthia Erivo to play Storm. I don't know how I feel about that one. NW Collector in the house. He says he said sup to Fig Pozr. Mitchell Lawrence in the house. What's up, my friend? Mitchell Lawrence says, what's happening? Not much, dude. Getting ready to talk about some really dope figures. Adam's just saying Rocky and Conan look awesome. Sorry, guys. I'm going to quickly go through the messages so we can get started. I want to make sure I say hi to everybody that I can. Summers family. What's up, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Let's see. My dude Gabe in the house. Another hotline hottie. He says, hey, guys. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you, my friend. Yeah, I mean, depending on what you're looking for, if you're big into Toby, like spend that money and get a custom Toby. I have a very exciting custom Toby that's going to be in the works very soon. All of my parts are just arriving to the customizer, so I cannot wait to share it with you guys and see how it turns out. But it's long overdue. I see L Walker in the chat. I can't find his original message, but I see people saying what's up to him. How you doing, L? Sal's in the house. Another hotline. How he says, what up, my people? What's up, my friend? Everybody needs to start dropping the what up, though, so we can push down the personal. That's so funny.
What up?
Did I pronounce that?
Hey,
right?
I already got it's Lul, like school Lul.
Oh, duh.
But hey, don't worry. I already retracted the message. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
It's weird.
You're like, stop bringing it up, bro. Stop.
No. It's weird, though. When you retract it, you still can see it and it still comes up, but
I could see it on StreamYard side. Yeah. That's so funny. I've done that so many times because I have a personal YouTube account, of course, because I didn't want to like convert my personal account. I just wanted to keep them separate.
I'm over here trying to be incognito, bro.
Right. We got Marijuana in the house. What's up, my dude? He said, what's up, everyone? Johnny Chronicles, another hotline honey. Johnny says, evening, fellers. Got my battle damage T800 day. Dude, amazing figure. And I actually just got my invoice for my clean T800, which I'm super excited for. I got multiple invoices today. I messaged John from Off the Racks. I was like, stop sending me invoices. But yeah, I expected this. We always do before Chinese New Year. We always get hammered with invoices. Then we get a nice little break. So
flooding us, bro.
Yeah, for real. Z Mullany's in the house watching from the treadmill, fellas. Happy Tuesday from a frozen Pittsburgh. Well, be safe out there. Yeah, I check out YouTube streams sometimes when I'm on the Stairmaster because it's obviously very grueling. Sometimes I'm just like listening to music, but other times I check out streams or no, whatever floats my boat at the time. So I hope we can keep you motivated while you're walking.
I like how many Star Wars fans decided when they were going to be snowplowing decided to go out as snow troopers.
Yeah, right. I saw that. After you mentioned it to me, I looked it up and I was like, that's hilarious. That's very clever. Valk with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. Valk's dropping his love for the Seahawks, saying go Seahawks. Well, hey, we'll see how it goes. Somebody's going to win, but it can't be both of you. We'll see how it goes. Another hotline hottie, though. Thank you so much, Valk. You are too kind, my friend.
That Andrew Garfield, I really want that Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's a great figure, and I have the Toy Stay mask on pre-order, and I just got it's behind me, you can't see it, I just got my Peter Parker set from Rise Work, and they did a great job on it. It looks awesome with that battle damage head sculpt, so I can't wait. My boy Andreas in the house, another hotline hottie. Hello to you, good evening, I hope you're doing well, and thank you so much for being here as always. And finally, before we start talking about the figures for tonight, Summers says, my Loki and Andrew just shipped. My waitlist converted for the T800 and made my day. Well, that's a huge waitlist conversion because those figures, both the clean, even the T1000 are selling for a shit ton. So congrats on that. That is a huge waitlist conversion, and I hope you took advantage of it. I'm sure you did since you said made your day. But yeah, great figure. I cannot wait to take a look at the clean version once that ships for me, I guess in the next day or so. But I did pay my invoice. Action in the box in the house. He says, Jinxie for you all. Yes, sir. I saw that come through this morning. We're going to take a look at those pictures, of course, as always. I do Big Dog Pound, another hotline hottie, and a moderator. I'm going to give him the best I can. Woo! What's up, my friend? Thanks for hyping up the chat, as always. Yeah, we gotta give you the love. I know Chris isn't here with the belt, as usual, but once he gets his room cleaned out, because he's storing a bunch of stuff for his brother right now, I'm sure he'll bust out the belts again for you. But thank you so much for being here, my friend. And thank you so much, Game
Rolex
Shift.
wearing? It's like, now
yeah, right. Wedding wing wearing. That's Chris's normal spiel that he goes
stealing.
right. Game Shift, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. You guys are too kind. He says, hey, man, just want to say thank you for reading the chat messages. Makes us all in chat feel like we are part of the stream. I appreciate that, and I do my best to do that. And you guys know, as always, like, I never need you to donate or be a channel member for me to read your messages, and I'll never do that. And some people might get tired of me reading messages over and over again before the stream gets started. I know it's like a long-winded intro, but what I could say to that is I skip out on all of the glorified intros and the countdowns and stuff so I could do this so we can keep it a little bit shorter. So the reason I read all the comments is just so I could say what's up to you guys and kind of share the love. So I appreciate you for the $5. That means a lot to me. And I had a long day shoveling, and that $5 from you and everybody else made my day. You and Falk, I appreciate you guys. Philly says, funny story. I just got my invoice for the T1 leather jacket version from Premier Toys. I'm like, yeesh, how can I put it delicately? LOL, cancel. Yeah, hell no. Especially after we got that InArt 2-pack for like, what, $4.25? See you later, Premier Toys. No shot. No shot. I would be canceling that as well. Maz, good to see you, Maz. Maz, I know you're here to talk about Najor because Maz, funny story, guys, short story, but Maz and another friend of mine were like the biggest driving factor for me to like jumping into the Predator stuff figure-wise. I resisted it for years. I've always been a fan. And Maz just kept posting his photos. And I hit up Maz and I was like, hey, tell me about these custom figures that you got. Like, who do you have stuff done by? And Maz really put me on to it. And look at me, I've got like 18 or so Predators now, and it's 100% Maz's fault. So
that's the guy that's on Brother Cousins, right?
Yes, and Maz has his own stream where he does like toy photography talk because that's like one of his biggest passions. So if you guys are into
he's
toy
very,
photography,
very good at it.
Yeah, or if you want to learn about it, he takes some amazing photos, so much so that like in all the Predator groups we're in, they're always stealing his photos and trying to cover up his watermarks sometimes. And I'm always like, hey, Maz, is this your photo? And he's like, yup. And then sometimes he's like, well, at least they didn't get rid of my my watermark this time. So it happens a lot. His photos are so realistic, especially the AVP stuff. He's so good at like capturing the tone of the AVP films, that like bluish, grainy effect they had on the camera in some of those shots. It looks so good. Maz, if you actually want to jump in, I will absolutely send you a link because I'm curious to hear your thoughts on Najor. And we haven't really talked about Badlands much either, so we can kind of share our thoughts on that briefly while we're taking a look at the photos. So yeah, if you want to hop in, let me know, and I'll definitely send you over a link. Thank you so much, Clinton, for stopping by. I appreciate you, my friend. Be safe out there. I don't know if you're in an area where you got snow or anything, but if so, be safe out there, and thank you so much for dropping by and enjoy the replay. I think it'll be a great stream. Of course, I don't know the future, but knowing these guys, I think it'll be great. Game Shift says, by the way, just received my Samurai. Dude, the Samurai Predator is insane. If you're looking for an art piece in 6-scale form, I think that's like one of the closest things to it from Hot Toys. It looks amazing.
Just don't try and stick it on the base.
You can, but you definitely want to take a lot of the spine pieces off, and they can get in the way, but Maz has spoken. I'm going to send Maz the link, so bear with me, guys. Here, just so you have something to look at, I'll bring up this beauty here, because, we're going to be talking about it here very shortly.
That's like an InArt Hot Toys, that Samurai Predator. It's so delicate.
Dude. It is. I mean, the link, the link. I'm literally copying the link as I'm saying that. The glue on it for some reason is really shitty, so you got to be very careful. But apart from that, dude, it's so good, man. It's so good. There you go, Maz. I just sent you over the link. Maz will be joining us very shortly. But guys, we're gonna get started. Clinton said no snow. Central. Oh yeah, you're good, bro. You're sitting pretty with that nice weather. And Red Priest says, yes, let's hear some Predator stuff. Well, now that Maz is here, of course we're going to talk about the Predator. But Maz, great to have you here. Surprise guest.
Yeah, we did a 4 o'clock stream today, so I was done and I looked over and I was like, Connor's streaming. Let me see what's up.
Well, I appreciate you joining us, dude. Welcome back. It's been quite a while, of course. I'm excited to talk about this figure, dude. I mean, Maz, I know you remember a recent time where there was a huge drought for Predator figures, and you know, all we were stuck to was looking at old figures and seeing how we can improve them. Again, as I mentioned, you know, you kind of put me on to the whole custom Predator thing and where you could get parts from. You told me about Dave and George, and you know, the rest is history. You know, I just started going crazy with it. I've got 3 figures headed back to me now from George. I just got all of my my bad bloods from Predators re-leathered and everything, and he also did I have a custom, well, semi-custom. It's like the third-party Mike Harrigan that I swapped the body and got a custom belt made for it. It had this little pleather patch on the back that was flaking. George redid that for me, so I've got that all back on the way to me. George literally did it like overnight because he's just insane and he's just so good with everything he does. But all that to say, yes, and here I go going on a focus. Maz is the one that got me into all the Predator stuff, and I've gone absolutely nuts with it, and it's been one of the most fun things in this hobby. So to see figures like this come to fruition when Hot Toys just didn't want to make Predator figures for some reason for years, I think we have Prey to thank for that, because Prey was just so successful, even though it didn't originally make it to the big screen. It was just so well received that, you know, merchandising, a lot of people were like, oh, let's make figures. And I know it took a couple years because like NECA and Hot Toys took like 2 years because of whatever licensing weird things were going on with that. But Maz, I'm going to let you start since it's been a while since you've been on the channel. And I know this is an exciting one probably for you. I would assume so. What are your thoughts on Najor, dude? You know, I was hoping for Quay and Najor, and I think that's very possible now.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts? And, you know, I don't even know if I can't recall. We might have briefly talked about whether you picked up deck or not, but
I dopoed everything so far.
Okay,
I
good.
Dopoed every Predator so far. The only thing I have not ordered so far is the battle damage feral. And it's really just a question of, do I need a second feral? I mean, sure, he's battle damage, sure, he's got some cool little tricks and stuff, but I mean, I got to think about room too.
Yeah.
Oh, and also I didn't order the Samurai Predator.
Okay. Yeah, and I remember you didn't have the original Samurai Predator,
so
that one doesn't surprise me.
That art thing isn't really me, you know? And then plus you're hearing these minutia details of like, you can't do this with it, you can't do that with it. And I was like, I already got the tracker. He's kind of that same kind of problem. I don't.
Yeah.
And he's the only of the Super Predators I own.
You want the canon Predators?
Huh?
You want canon Predators?
Pretty much. But I ordered this guy. I ordered deck with Thea, and when JC Hong posted that he was going to be, you know, that this was coming, I commented that we would like Quay, and he gave me a little kind of thumbs up, winky winky. So.
Oh shit!
I'm not promising anything. He's not promising. I'm not putting words in his mouth.
Right.
I just got the impression like that was not off the table. Just want to make sure that's clear.
It's just a little maybe, you know. It's a nice little breadcrumb, you know.
So we're getting an echo though. Why are we getting an echo?
Yeah, I don't know where that's.
Oh, that's Fig.
Fig, man, Fig.
It's all your fault, Fig.
Everything's breaking is Fig breaking.
Right.
But no, man, this guy is beautiful. I like that he's taller than Deck by a mile. Yeah. I need to measure Deck though and see how he stands up against the other Predators and see if he's regular Predator size or what. I didn't measure Deck to see how tall he was because I was just measuring on my backstage of my panel. We were talking about the Romulus alien, and I just locked in a second one, so I'm pretty happy about that. But we were talking about his size, and I was like, I think he's about the same size as the AVP aliens. And I pulled up my grid, and it's really going to be close.
I think so too. Yeah.
But you know, in fact, the body is very similar from the AVP ones, except hopefully the joints are better.
Yeah.
But otherwise, the construction of the body is very similar. So, but yeah, look at how massive he is, and yeah, he was a punk in the movie. But he still looked pretty badass. I'm not going without the helmet though. I'm a biomass guy, except for Deck. Deck doesn't need it because I don't like that.
100% agree.
I don't like that futuristic, like gladiator style helmet. I want my regular biomask.
Yeah, and also he like never wore it in the film other
Yeah.
than like the very beginning. So it's like I want him as he appeared in the film. So I'm 100% right there with you. Everything else gets a biomask but him.
I wouldn't be surprised if they give us his later outfit though. They give us
Which I would
another
love,
deck
dude.
SKU with that other, and maybe that would be with Bud.
Yeah, that would be sick. And by the way, thank you so much, Valk, for the $2 super chat. And I will gladly remind Steve that he looks like the Seahawks quarterback because Steve is always sending me these random ass little like crackhead looking dudes saying it looks like me. So I think I owe him one. But yeah, and happy birthday to Steve. I don't know if he's in the chat today, but it is Steve's birthday. So if you're familiar with Steve, go say happy birthday to him. But yeah, Maz, I think our thoughts pretty much align on this one. And you know, Maz, I think that's something I really want to point out that I want to give Hot Toys a little bit of credit for, just a little bit, is the fact that they've even attempted to simulate the quills on his face because, as we know, many times they either don't do them at all or they do like one set of them and call it a day. So I at least appreciate that they made the attempt to show quills on his face. It's still not where it needs to be. We want them to be 3D, and you know, there's no way that they can't make them where they just get mushed down by the mask with some like flexible material and they're fine.
The problem though is you're putting the mask over it, and they got to account for that. So that's why you get the protruding quills, and I'm fine with that. You know, really, because in the end of the day, I tend to keep the biomask on my Predators. That will be the exception. You know, because he's so well done. His design, as much as we were all up in arms about his design to begin with, I'm okay with it now. It's okay with me. I enjoyed the movie. I got the steelbook in order. I'm rocking.
Yeah, I agree.
They may be doing if they do the other deck, that'll be where you get the legs.
Yeah, we'll get the legs separately to make you want to buy that deck.
That would be hilarious though, because I really did love that scene towards the end where the legs and her kind of fighting together, and I thought that was cool.
I could have gone without the high five, but yeah,
yeah, that was. I
was like, you're pushing me a little bit too much here. Don't back off a little bit.
It was like two little moments where I'm like, the comedy is not that, and like when they're sitting by the campfire, that little scene there, that was a little goofy. But other than that, like I was completely fine with the rest. But you know, I want to say this. They have come such a long way with the dread material. These dreads look so much more realistic, and they look like they're going to stand up a lot better. They almost have like a little bit of a sheen to them. So I'm very curious to see how they feel in person. They look a little shiny versus like that matte finish that we're used to. So I'm very curious to see how they feel.
But they seem thicker than the ferrules, and
they do seem a little bit thicker.
His seemed thin like the ferrules in the movie, if I recall.
I don't know.
They weren't that thick in the movie.
I'd have to recall the scene. I do think like in these shots here, maybe they blouse out a little bit too much, but I'd have to rewatch the scene where, you know, where he gets finished off by Bud. We'll have to see, kind of compare.
That was the whole reason why that movie was worth it, though. Really, I mean, that bit at the end where he just came in and
that redemption not only for him but for Quay as well. You know,
and I'm really hoping Mom is a Grendel King.
Dude, that is such like a edge of your seat moment. Like, damn. Well,
the moms are bigger than the males. The females are bigger than the males.
Right, and they're dominant. So it's like I want to finally see a live action female Yautja on screen and how that pans out. She's going to be badass. I know that. And
as much as we would all like to look at sexy Yautja, that's not what we get. I'm just saying.
Yeah. You guys got to like look into some of the comic stuff, and you'll see like they're no fucking joke, man. It's going to be super, super exciting to see on screen how that plays out. But yeah, going back to this figure, something I want to point out too that I think is very clever, and I love that Hot Toys kind of thought outside the box with this, is that hand that is included with them, where you could have Deck's wrist blades going through the hand. Just, you know, minor spoiler, in the final fight, he basically pulls what happened to Quay on his father, like a gotcha moment, like, oh, you fell for your own trick, basically. And Hot Toys has gone and designed a hand to replicate that, which I think is so sick. And again, you know, sometimes we talk about Hot Toys like not paying attention to the details. This, to me, is going outside of the box and saying like, okay, what can we do to kind of play onto that final scene? And I think this is so sick. Sal is saying they're thick like this in the movie. Yeah, I'd have to go back and compare. They looked pretty good to me. But I think the best shot to be able to see what those dreads look like is to watch that final scene again, which, by the way, it is on YouTube if you want to rewatch it. At this point, all of those little like key moments have been uploaded to YouTube. I've rewatched that final fight a million times, so I should know. But Gabe, I agree. I would love Andy from Romulus, especially because the Xenomorph turned out so good, and we have Rain. Like, I think that is very much an announcement I would love to get because Andy was actually my favorite character from that movie. So
he's a lot of people's favorite character, but unfortunately, we're gonna have a tough time getting him. I don't want to have that to be the case, but
at this point, yeah.
I'm joined you with the X people.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Mine's actually on the way. Unfortunately, I've bought some stuff since I've pre-ordered that I might have to let her go. But she turned out pretty awesome.
Dude. If she would have had a battle costume, I would have PO'd that so quickly.
Yeah, that's
She's
true.
Looking pretty baller here, man. I'm pretty happy.
No,
but yeah, good. I agree with you. I want the little Wolverine costume. That'd be great. Or preferably the X-Force costume.
Both.
Yeah, that would be
either
sick.
Or.
All of the above.
All the above.
Yeah, Sal, I think Deck probably sold insanely well for them. Seeing as how well this film performed in the box office, it doesn't surprise me that this figure has come to fruition. They probably had it on the table, then they probably were like, let's see how the film does, and the film has done so well. Again, what Maz said is just like a take it for what it is type of thing. But I would love to see Quay, and I would love Tessa and all them, but I don't need that. I would be perfectly happy with just the trio. That was like my main, after I saw the film, I'm like, I want Quay, Najor, and Deck. That's what I want. And if they're gonna do the father, I think they'll do Quay, and Quay's gonna look awesome because I thought, in my personal opinion, despite how out there the Father Predator's outfit looks and his armor and everything, I think Quay is my favorite look. I just thought he looked super bulky. I loved his biomask. And, of course, I love the character, too, That was, like, one of my favorite parts of the film is that relationship between Quay and Deck. And I'm like, I got to have him. Like, that intro scene was just awesome. Like, the sound design and IMAX of them fighting it back and forth. And, like, just the whole sequence was awesome. So, hopefully here soon we'll see a Quay because, I'll be jumping on that. With all of the Badlands stuff, I'm actually going for day one copies of these, like from Hong Kong, just because I want them that bad.
Oh, I'm not going to do that. But
yeah, I'm going hard on these, and thankfully I'm not like paying any crazy prices because the day one prices usually are a lot fairer, depending on who you get them from. If you're not like last minute, because as you wait, the prices actually do go up, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't too bad for these. It was basically sideshow prices after taxes and shipping. So
they're not getting my money.
Yeah, right.
I only do them if I miss a limited release figure, and even then, I still push the brakes. I'm like, do I need to?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And that's a very rare thing for me. I don't really go for early releases, but these, like, I just love the movie so much. And Fig and Lane, I'm sure you remember we talked about like our most anticipated releases coming up. And for me, my most anticipated release was Deck and Thea. So. That one was worth it to me to drop a little bit. Like I said, it's about the same. I don't want to say a little bit.
Over Broken Tusk?
Over Broken Tusk, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm very excited for Broken Tusk. I have it on pre-order with Sideshow and stuff, but for me, I just loved this movie so much. And you know how it is. When you see movies where Hot Toys has the IP and you just were so moved by the film, when you walk out, you're like, all right, I want a figure. You know what I mean? And that's going to be like for Doomsday. A lot of people are going to be like, shit, I want that. I want that. I want that.
I'm not.
You know what I mean?
I'm
not. Yeah, I'm not going to go crazy either. But
I don't even got to watch it to know that I want it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you and your X-Men, dude. I know that's just going to be like a blessing.
I already got my Doom figure up there. I don't need another one. I'm good.
That's how I feel about the Doom as well. I was just telling them that backstage. And another great comment from Game Shift. There is also a reference for his dreads from the back. In that opening scene, the one that we kind of saw briefly in the trailers. So that's another good reference you could check out. Like I said, I don't know. Like looking at it, I think it looks pretty good, but I don't want to say for sure. I'd have to compare. But I do remember when Bud does his thing at the end, just watching the dreads fall to the ground was just incredible. I'm like, that is wild. That's just such a wild thing.
I can't wait till my dreads look like that when I'm old.
Yeah,
yeah, right. Or sometimes they turn blue, I guess. Maybe you'll get the blue ones, dude.
Hey, you never know, bro.
Yeah.
Icy blue.
Yeah, the baby is Bud, by the way. That's what we're talking about.
Bud. And Bud is a she, by the way.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. Bud is actually a she. But Bud, a lot of people didn't care for Bud. I thought she was awesome. And to see how much she grew, it kind of reminded me of like Groot in Guardians 3 in that final scene. You're like, holy shit, he's way bigger. You know, it kind of reminded me of that. And of course, when we see him next, she's going to be massive. It's going to be insane. So I cannot wait. And yeah, Jose's saying Deck is his most anticipated figure too. So again, it's just so Maz. I think you could agree. It's so exciting to see like this like newfound interest in Predator stuff. You know how many people hit me up and said like, "Oh, dude, I want to get my first Predator figure now. Like, what should I get?" And it's like,
dude, that's a hard question, man. That's
it is
not
a hard
question. You can just be. I mean, I remember when you asked me that, and I was like,
yeah,
dude, they're all great. They all have their shortcomings, though. Where I mean, but really, the one I tend to tell people, even though it's a pricey one, is Wolf, because he has the least amount of shortcomings as far as what he comes with.
Yeah, Wolf is awesome.
He's got very little pleather on him to worry about.
Yeah,
and you know, up until this point, that's where I would try to point you if you can throw the money out there. But he's fetching too much money now. You know,
yeah.
I got Wolf at retail. I bought him right before he sold out. That's when I got it. But
yeah, I got him for a very fair price. Like, obviously, I didn't get him when he was in stock, but I got him for a very fair price. Like, the dude really hooked me up, and then I was able to like buy a lot of Predators, and I had another one, and I kind of passed that on to another friend, gave him a good deal, so it all worked out in my favor. And that's cool, Joey, to hear that, because I know Toy Sapiens, especially Robert, tells us like stuff sits there for a while sometimes. So it's definitely really cool to see. Again, it's cool to see like kind of people finding this newfound love for the Predator films, and then they want to learn about the lore, and then they're interested in like picking up their first figure. And I think for a lot of people, they went for the feral Predators because it's one of the more modern announcements. But you know, Berserker and Classic Predator, those are all ones. Berserker, the price is kind of all over the place for him, and like you said, with pleather issues,
it's the pleather is why I steer people away from those and the AVP ones, because the pleather, it's a lot for especially a new collector to even have to contend with, because like on my AVP ones, I've replaced all the bicep armor pieces. All the pleather's been replaced with just elastic, you know, like I just glued elastic on there, so it just goes on. I mean, it's a black elastic band. You don't really see that it's elastic if you're looking at it. It just it holds the piece on, and that's what you do. But you know, you do have to do that because that stuff falls off. You know, it just it's gone. So. Yeah, the AVP ones, I love the design of them as a figure. In the movie, I wasn't a fan. Just like Feral, as a figure, I love him, but I hated his design in the movie. You know, because I hate the turkey head. But, you know, again, the figures are amazing. So
yeah.
I'm glad you guys at least like something about Feral Predator.
The figure's great. I mean, people were complaining about the lack of like some details on the shoulders and stuff, but that's going to impede his movement. That's why it's not there. Like if you want to lift his arms like this, those quills are going to go into the shoulder joint, and then you're going to have problems. So that's
like General Grievous with the butt panel on the back restrict the legs and stuff. So people were removing that just so they could movement. You know?
Yeah.
We got to remember sometimes these are still figures. Now you're not going Mr. bending them like a Gumby or something, but you still want to be able to move them somewhat a little bit.
Yeah, which is why they didn't put those quills all over his shoulder like in the film. I mean, I get it. At first, I was like, why aren't they there? And then I looked at it closer. I was like, that's going to impede movement. That's why they're not there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, they made some
that antler design though, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, that, and I was gonna say like another like, you know, unspoken detail that I haven't seen a lot of people mention is his cloak, dude. That is a badass looking cloak, and he almost kind of has like subtle reminders of like the Grendel King, like because his design was just insane, and I'm like, this is kind of like a little like off-brand Grendel King for me. I just love his cloak, and I think he looks really good. And yeah, I'm very, very excited about this, and like I said, it's so cool to see them doing more Predator stuff, and I think there's more comic stuff to come for sure. We've already got 2 now, and you know, I think Ahab is a very obvious one that I could.
Dude, I want an Ahab, and I want a first appearance Predator.
Yeah, that
I want. I mean, he's very reminiscent of the Jungle Hunter, but he's got a few differences. He's got the longer loincloth thing, and he's got that cool staff. And
I would like to see someone go back and do the Elder Predator from AVP 1. That is my favorite older Predator design. Yeah, I love the AVP Elder.
Yeah, that's like the only one missing from my collection is the AVP.
Oh, I got him.
Grayback. Yeah,
I got him. I got both. Yeah. But I like Grayback better.
I agree, especially because you know, the Lost Tribe is just goated.
Well, it just the AVP Predators are my favorite Predators. Like
I love AVP Predators too. Yeah.
If you could put his mask on him, I would be much happier because I hate looking at that sculpt. I hate looking at the huge mandibles that there's like everything has to be bigger. I don't know why, but bigger, and they just
Well,
look
yeah, I
comically
admit,
big now.
I admit that the young bloods feel like they were the Predators on steroids, like literally or something, for how big that they were. And
That's what I
everything.
loved
But
about him. Like when Celtic Predator just like tackles this shit out of this
grid.
grid alien. I love that scene, and every time I watch that scene, I'm like, I can't believe that he was like starting to whoop his ass so much and he still died.
He
But
got
I'm
too
like,
cocky, man.
yeah, he just his cockiness and his brute strength got the best of him. But I love that scene though. Again, the sound design like was just amazing.
It's just too bad that was 5 minutes in the movie, and then we had to spend the next 30 after that listening to humans run around through like.
Yeah.
Well, the second one's even worse. I mean, the AVP.
Well, the second one you can't actually see what the hell is going on.
Yeah, you can't see.
That's the problem with the movie. Like you literally can't see half the time what's going. You can't see Wolfer. You can't really see the amazing suit. Like for the aliens, my favorite alien suits up until probably Romulus were the aliens from AVP Requiem, because they were actual people in suits and they looked amazing, but you could barely see them like at all, except for like a couple shots here and there.
Yeah. The statues is you can't pose them, and they're hell of expensive. They take up a lot of room.
Yeah, guys, the third scale Predators are on average at least 40 inches tall.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Lane, I've told you many times, I love those AVP Young Blood stashes they did. They look amazing. And you just let me know that they delayed Scar by a year. Like,
yeah, Scar was supposed to be
the best of the three. You know?
Yeah, speaking of Scar, did you get Greg's unblooded mask for him?
I did not. You know, I told you, I'm like, one of my main reasons for getting Scar is I love that scene of him being blooded. And I'm like, now... You know, George made me, and I think I might have showed you, Maj. George made me the xenomorph finger and the face hugger finger, and I've got him around his waist now. Yeah, I remember you got it from Dave, and I was very jealous. And Dave, you know, kind of stopped. Here, I'll pull you up. Dave kind of like stopped making stuff because of the family situation that he had. Yeah.
They look die cast. Sheesh.
See, that's why I like that unblooded, and he even did the lenses right, unlike the one that comes with him.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it looks sick.
And his prices are quite reasonable for that, man. So I mean, I don't know. I would at least see about getting the proper eyes for your current mask, if you like the blooded.
So I do have George's custom biomask, the blooded version. I do have his blooded biomask. So at least the shape and everything, and the lenses are correct. He did a good job on the lenses on it. So I don't know, like for me, when I see Scar, I just remember that scene, and that's like one of my favorite scenes where he bloods himself. And
you mean where he gets impregnated?
Yeah, well, yeah, we find that out. We find that out later. Yeah, in AVP 2. Well, yeah,
you find out at the end of AVP.
At the end of AVP, and then going into AVP 2, we see his body, and you know we see what happens, and then we get the Pred alien. But yes, I won't be getting any Prime 1 statues, but I do think they look awesome. Especially, I thought the Berserker was very cool. I thought the Berserker one turned out really
My favorite was a Predator 2 maquette that they did that was supposed to mount on the wall. It had the corner of the Eastern building that he was like crouched on.
Yeah, that one's really dope.
I don't know. Was that Prime 1? I don't remember, but I was very tempted.
Lane would know for sure.
I was very tempted to order that one.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, the City Hunter, the deluxe one of that cost $5,000.
Yeah,
back when it was first up the company, because it's got all the skulls.
Which is why I didn't buy it.
Yeah. I know someone who bought it, but he's getting most of the Predator. But yeah, he's had the my buddy Alan. He's had the Scar because that went up in like 2021 or 2022. So it's taking forever. They take a long time to do that. Now the Predators are super intricate. I would tell you try and get, because they're like doing, you know, the Scorch alien, like a huge XL alien statue. That's supposed to match up with a Predator. And I would tell you, try and buy the figure, man, because it literally costs a tenth of the price.
I got two of those Hot Toys coming, though. I got one I ordered from Sideshow, and then right after I saw the blogger pictures, man, I worked out one with my local shop. I dropped some cash to deposit it, and then I just went there today to trade some Star Wars shit that I don't care about anymore. I was like, here, take some Hot Toys. Here's 4 of them. Give me that alien.
Yeah,
it was just Star Wars stuff that doesn't fetch any money, and I was like, just get it out of here. I need to make room anyway. These aliens aren't small,
and they're going for $600+ on eBay already. It's insane.
And I did another one to get a second Jinx.
Nice.
Which we're going to talk about Jinx later, because I got another shop because this guy didn't want all my stuff. He's like, I don't want to take trade in and then have you sit on credit. I want you to, I want to be like done. And I'm like, well, you couldn't get me another Jinx. So,
right. You're like,
I called my other shop and he said, yeah, I got one coming. So they're getting my wrecker.
Cool.
And I don't care.
I'm like the only one for my LCS because I always special order on mine when I do. I'm like one of the only people they get who do Hot Toys. So I always pre-order them.
Yeah, they have a Wednesday sitting at that shop still. If you got anybody wants a Wednesday, the one that I traded for the Romulus alien, they have a Wednesday still there.
Nice. I had a Wednesday I sold.
I like Wednesday. I didn't really care for the show, but the figure is beautiful.
Yeah. I wanted it mainly because, I wanted a 90s Addams Family figure, but I'm like, I'll settle and get this one. And I think it's really cool, and I love the accessories and everything. Sean's in the house, by the way. What's up, Sean? Great to see you, my friend. Fig, do you have any additional thoughts on the Father Predator before we move on to... Actually, we'll be moving on to Jinx. So Miles was kind of right on the money. We're about to talk about Jinx. I know you're not, like, super, like, into the Predator stuff, but I know you were very happy for me, which I appreciated, because, I was losing my mind when it was dry. I remember sending you a voice message. I'm like, dude, holy shit, I can't believe it.
You know how I go, player. Like, I am happy to see others happy within this hobby, Like, it's like, for me... Like, as long as one day I get what I want too, that's all I ask.
Yeah.
I want us all to get what we want. You know what I'm saying? Like, eventually, hopefully, my dreams come true as well. But as for now, I have to watch from the sidelines and cheer on for you fellas. Y'all deserve it.
Hey, I'll be cheering for you for the X-Men stuff, and then you just gotta keep hoping
that we get
on
those K-pop demon hunters later. This week, probably.
Hey. Assistant, if you got me on Instagram, hit me up there. I don't want to tell everybody else. There might be other people that live in the state that want to go get her. So
yeah, you'll get sniped.
Hit me at Moz Toy Box, or excuse me, Moz Toy Photography on Instagram.
There you go.
Another drink real quick.
Yeah,
we got Sneaky in the house. What's up, my friend? Another hotline hottie and a moderator. Thanks for joining us, my dude. Al, you'll be proud of me.
On the Father Predator either.
Okay, Lane. Well, go ahead and share your thoughts. I'm assuming, Fig, you don't have anything else to add. You're just kind of saying like
it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Okay, Lane. Well, go ahead and share your thoughts before we move on to Jinx.
I think it looks cool. I have honestly had no interest in seeing the movie, so I never went to see it.
It's on digital now.
I know. I just don't like Deck's look. I hated the look from the second I saw it.
You'll get over that. You'll get over it. I promise. I don't like it either.
Give it a chance.
I don't like it, but I didn't like. I didn't
emote so well in the movie. It's
I understand, but I haven't liked anything that the director has done with the Predators because I hated Prey and I didn't like Killer of Killers.
Damn, bro.
I don't like those movies.
How can you not like Killer of Killers out of all of them?
That was a good one.
I just didn't. I don't know. It just didn't.
Lane, I've said this for years now. You're broken. Okay, you just there's something.
I'm sorry. I'm allowed to not like stuff that you guys like, man.
No.
Lane, I'm just laughing. I didn't say nothing.
I know.
I'm playing with you, Lane. You're allowed to not like
Killer of Killers I like better than Prey, but I hated Prey so much. I could not buy a 15-year-old girl beating a 7-foot-tall predator. I'm sorry.
I had a problem with that too.
I cannot suspend my disbelief enough for something like that. A little girl.
You would really hate the Stranger Things finale then.
Yeah, but they've got powers and psychic powers and stuff.
Not a lot. Most of them don't.
But they've got or one decided to become Rambo.
Maybe one day if he's bored, he'll check it out. We just gotta hope and pray.
I just couldn't get past Deck's look. Like I have a certain expectation that a Predator has to look like he has to look like it. Now I have seen his later look, and I do admit that is way better, way better. But there were also some themes in the movie.
The Gen Z Predator.
I didn't care for some of the themes in the movie and stuff so much either.
Assistant, I answered you in chat. Hopefully you'll get the leg up enough to do that.
But the Father Predator looks cool. I'm not going to take away from this figure. Looks cool. I haven't had enough interest in seeing the Predator movies. I blame more Prey than anything else because I just did not really care for that movie at all.
I love Prey, dude.
I know. Like I said, I could not buy into the final battle. I could, but I'm the same thing with Predators. I can't buy Adrian Brody taking down the Berserker Predator.
Come on, assistant. Danny Glover can do it. He's too old for this shit.
I mean, honestly, the problem is Arnold is the first guy to fight a Predator. I'm not going to buy anybody really after Arnold in his physical.
What about his brother? Because his brother's supposed to fight him when the Predator come to Earth again in the city for the first books. That's his brother that fights him.
In Defense of Prey, Farrell was a very stupid Predator in comparison, and also like he had shitty equipment in comparison, just because it's like a completely different time. And the nice thing about, and we'll move on after this, the nice thing about that Trachtenberg did with Badlands is he set it so far forward that it didn't mess with anything else, and I love that he did that in the timeline.
It did as far as that gun goes.
Okay, well, one thing. That's one thing. I think generally speaking, though, yes, you're right about that. But generally speaking, aside from that, I think he did a pretty good job at inserting it in the timeline. And I'm very happy with what he did with it. But, Lane, maybe one day if you have some extra time and it's like on a free
I'm sure I'm
going to
watch it eventually at some point. Like, I didn't see Prey till like over a year after it came out.
And it's, I'll tell you this, it's a very different Predator film. So it's not, you know, don't go in expecting it to be the same wrongdoings that you felt from Prey. It's very different. I
mean, Predator's been a thing. There's no way, even as much as I didn't like Prey, there's no way that it can be worse than The Predator.
Do you like The Mandalorian?
Than that.
Yeah, that movie sucked so bad, dude.
Do you like The Mandalorian?
Yeah, I like The Mandalorian.
All right, then you'll be fine with Badlands.
Yeah, it's a similar type of story with like the companionship and everything. Yeah, Lane, like I said, maybe one day, you know, I'm not going to force you to watch it because none of us can force you, but give it a chance maybe one day if you have.
Bend over.
If he might not, dude, because I thought he was going to absolutely hate the new Avatar film, and he didn't. So Lane could maybe like it. Maybe he'll check it out and say this is not what I expected.
I hated it because I haven't seen it yet.
I enjoyed Fire and Ash, and Lane for the most part enjoyed it as well, which I was happy to hear. So he might like it. You never know.
I know we talked quite a while about Fire and Ash,
and I was very pleasantly.
But here is something I have seen the entire time.
All right, I'm gonna bow out. Let me bow out real quick, and I'll let y'all talk about it because I know you're more excited. I have not seen Arcane. I always loved Jinx design. I think she looks awesome, and I think this figure turned out great. That's all I got to say. I'm not buying it.
Ayavayatu did the best photos of her, I think, out of all the ones that I've seen.
In this set of photos,
that's Ayavayatu there.
Oh yeah, that's a sick photo. Lane, we'll start with you this time, and then we'll jump to Maz. Lane, your thoughts on how Jinx turned? That's a sick photo. How Jinx turned out, and did you pick this one up?
I think Jinx turned out great. I love the dual head sculpt, like facial sculpts for it that you can switch out.
Which is why I got two.
I really like the hair has wiring in it and stuff. The outfit now I will quantify that I like the Arcane look, but I still prefer League of Legends original game Jinx, which is a little bit different than this. Like that's my favorite look.
I think they show her in season 2 in that regular look, but I don't know. I've never played the game, but I know people were up in arms about that, going, "Oh yeah, that's a great one." With the hood and stuff.
Yeah, and her out like the kind of steampunk look to her and stuff is a little bit different. Like she wears shorts and it's different a little bit. This is still close. Don't get me wrong. This is just more like a cyberpunk.
Here's
look at her original outfit. It is literally like you'd see it being a skin from the game for like whatever a theme would be.
Well, this is one of the skins you can get in the game, I'm told.
Yeah, they added it with Arcane and stuff, but they just kind of tweaked a little bit more for how she looked originally. Like you'll see her original look in the fighting game that they're doing. I love I think they translated the weapons and everything for her. The Shark rocket launcher has always been one of my favorite things.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah, what really helps this is the blogger photos. Like they kind of like Lady Deadpool, or even more recently the Scorch Alien, where they just went crazy with like all the posing and everything. Now I admit the one thing I do have a little concern with her is going to be the silicone body. If you bend certain parts for a long period of time,
her legs are not silicone. Her knees are jointed.
Yeah, you could see, which is nice. I'm glad they did that. You just got to be careful with the arms, of course. Like I personally, whether it's medical grade, I don't give a shit what they call it. I will never trust it personally. And I'm sure the medical grade stuff and platinum silicone is very durable. I'm just a coward and I don't want to ruin my
Well,
figure.
and
So
they've
I'm
been
gonna put it in
and
the
they've been
pose.
better. Like I had She-Hulk and her body there. I had her.
Bane's very nice too.
Yeah, I had her elbow for like 6 or 7 months bent and everything, and never had any issues. So they're better. It's just obviously that can be a figure by figure thing. I can't say anything bad. I think the weird light up effect that they do for this is kind of dumb.
Oh, the black light.
Yeah. I don't.
Well, they do that for her eyes, so you can get the shimmer eyes, because it brings out her eyes when you do that.
Yeah, but they also did it for her weapons and stuff too.
Dude, these pictures, man.
Yeah, no, I love the insane.
Zord's got the pose I want when you find Zord photography stuff. I'm sorry, Lane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, and the funny thing is because I saw this and J&D is just teasing their 3rd scale Arcane Jinx. They've actually already shown the physical, like the sculpt and everything for it. And she's got and that for whatever reason, they gave her a super sad face sculpt. Like she's frowning and everything, looking super sad, more like powder or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, why did they choose that facial expression? It's the worst possible for Jinx. Like facial, like the neutral or the like maniacal looking Jinx facial sculpt.
Is this
the people associate with that?
That's the Deadpool and Wolverine couch.
Yeah,
from Kidpool. That's actually a pretty good use of it. That looks cool.
No, I can't say enough good things. I am not getting this Jinx though because I'm trying to keep myself more in the Star Wars lane right now, and there are some other figures. There are some other Star Wars. There's some other figures that have been released recently that like I'm on the wait list or something that I kind of want to keep my eyes out if I get a chance to get them, like the Battle Armor, Batman stuff. But I would recommend. This is definitely a figure that if you like Arcane at all, now they still have to come out with Caitlin or V.
Yeah,
Vi. She's coming though.
Vi.
They've already made her.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
they still have to. Yeah, but I think this is going to probably be one of the best female figures that they'll put out this year.
Yeah, she looks great, man.
Man.
I'm trying to find those photos you're talking
about. Yeah, I'm
about,
trying to find it too, so I can just send it to you. But I saw it in a reel that he did, but it's not in the lineup from Instagram. I mean, they got a couple of his photos here, but let me hit him up and see if I can get that.
Yeah, I'd love to share it, but I want to say this, like, I might be weird, but I love when they go all out for like the art box for like unique stuff, especially like Wednesday. This one, I'm sure Vi will have a really cool box too. Like, it just makes like these unique licenses more special. I'm sure like K-pop Demon Hunters, they'll have really cool artwork as well.
So, Connor, I want to show you just for how well Hot Toys did Jinx's facial sculpt and their selection for the expressions. I just sent you.
Okay, I'll check it out. While I'm pulling that up, I do have shout out to our dude, the Figure Hideout. As always, dude is on top of things. I know it's a little small, but you could see it at least. Here's his video on Jinx, which I think she looks great. And we did have a question from XOXO asking about like when you should pre-order. I would say now is the time to order it because everybody's going to see this and be like, oh shit, this looks great. And everybody's going to start throwing an order. Like, look what happened with the Romulus Xenomorph. She is available in a lot of places though. So,
but she's low stock on Sideshow. They sent out an email today, and I got an email from Sideshow today. Where is it? Hold on.
So that usually
means limited availability.
Yeah, that usually means that it's time to pre-order then, because once Sideshow sells out, then the frenzy starts. Like that literally happened with the Romulus Xenomorph. Once
she's only $275, man. She's only
very fair. That's very fair.
Flexible ponytails. That looks dope.
Yeah, they're very posable too. I saw one of the photos. Now, Lane, this photo you sent me, is this from the show? Like, is this a?
No, that's the J&D.
Oh, so you're saying the J&D one looks bad in comparison?
Well, I'm just saying I wanted to show so people could see for the facial expression, see how well these really fit the figure, and for a $3,000 statue, that is the facial expression they're going for.
Yeah, she looks like she's about to cry. See what you're saying?
I know.
Interesting.
I don't think it fits for the character at all.
Oh yeah, there's a shot of those knees that Moz was talking about.
Yeah, they're not too bad. I mean, you only really going to notice it if she's in a crouch or something where. And I would rather have that there and be assured that her knees aren't going to rip or something. So
totally agree.
Yeah.
I like the painted nails too. Obviously, I'm not familiar with this character much, so I never noticed that. That looks really cool. And like her accessories, like the whole steampunk thing makes me want to like watch the show because I love her look. I think it's really cool.
There's no reason why you shouldn't. You should be watching it right now. In fact, just end the stream and go watch it.
Yeah. So right now, the only show I'm watching right now, I'm down to one show right now, and that's Fallout Season 2, which I'm really enjoying. So I can fit another show in. So maybe it's finally time I watch it. But maybe I shouldn't though, because then I'll probably buy the figure.
I just caught up with that.
And then I have more to blame Moz for, another figure.
Oh, it's not Zord. Oh, this isn't Zord. Okay, but I got the picture I was looking for. This is the pose I'm putting her in, man. I'm going to send it to you on Facebook.
Okay, sounds good. I'll check it out. But I'll catch up on some comments here. I'm new to the game. How accurate are release dates? So typically, I want to tell you this. The most important thing with the release dates, and it gets confused very often, Sideshow is not accurate when it comes to release dates. You always want to go to the Hot Toys website because they have the actual quarter expectation for the figure. So if it's delayed on Sideshow, but you're still within Q2 or wherever, then you know that the release dates are technically still accurate. Now, if it's beyond that quarter expectation from Hot Toys, then that's when you can technically consider it behind. So that's how it works. I know us in the US, that's what we have to go off of. So we go to Sideshow's website, but that was taught to me years ago. I never knew it worked that way. I thought they always aligned, but they do not. So Sideshow.
They do badges too now.
Right. Yeah. So you definitely got to go directly on the website. But let me pull up this photo here. Oh, so this is the photo you were talking about. Okay.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna steal that for a pose.
Yeah, that looks
not
great because you can kind of utilize.
She's
everything.
Leaning on the shark gun there.
Yeah, that's very clever, and you can utilize everything pretty much. I like that. It looks good.
Mm-hmm.
The shark cannon's a must, though. That's like her coolest weapon, in my opinion. It looks so dope, man. It's
and I got the One Toys one coming too. I got that on order still.
Oh, I forgot they did one as well.
Yeah, and the Boom Girl comes with the well, you won't know this because you haven't seen the show, but it comes with the Hextech crystals, which this does not. And when you see the show, you'll know what I'm talking about and be like, damn, this should have. And then it also comes with the monkey, which this does not.
That'll be some toy anxiety grabs for some people, I guess. That's interesting.
It's the Boom Girl sold out. She's gone. You can't get her anymore.
Yeah, so if they ever break them down, I guess people will be able to.
Hobby Link has one up for sale for like $450, and that's a third party price.
Holy shit!
So just saying.
Yeah, she looks very good. Like everything is properly tailored to the body. Obviously, this is a completely unique figure, like unique body and everything, and you love seeing that attention to detail, especially for a character that seems to be very beloved. And I remember when this was first announced, people were like losing their minds, kind of like I was about, and probably Moz was exactly like I was when it comes to the Father Predator. So this one is big for a lot of people, and I've seen so many people, and I'm sure you remember, guys, last stream we looked at that expected soon releases list, and this one was on there, and so was Stitch. So go back to that stream if you want to look at that photo again that we showed at the end of the stream, because it seems like that list was very accurate, because we now have 4 figures on that list from shout out to Thyman Toy on their Facebook page that they shared. So I imagine those other ones will probably come out before Chinese New Year, so very, very soon. Hot Toys would do a blue-eyed samurai. That would be interesting for sure.
God, I would love that.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Jinx is badass. Yeah, I'll have to check it out, dude. You guys have convinced me. Joey says Jinx was scheduled December at Toy Sapiens, but she'll drop in February. Not far off. Okay. I'm curious. Like I said, I was always told to go by the Hot Toys website because that's like the most accurate expectation when it comes to quarter expectations. So very curious what it says on their website, but we're not going to go to that right now. Fig, I'm sure you have no skin in the game on this one. Do you have any thoughts on how this one turned out at all?
Well, look, speaking completely unbiased, this looks amazing. The silicone skin with the tattoos, I love to see that progression in the 1/6 game. I'm just, obviously this is an IP that interests me. No disrespect to the people that love this, but I'm into my Marvel, I'm into my DC, I'm into my Lord of the Rings, prequels, Harry Potter. I'm very limited. I try to keep it limited. Matrix, I try to keep it limited. But I can say, that this looks amazing. 2 face sculpts. Who doesn't like that? All these weapons. Are there LED lights inside of those shark guns?
I don't know.
I think it's all UV cameras. Light bounced.
Okay, that would have been
painted with some UV reflective paint. I think is what it is.
Oh, okay. It would have been cool though if it would have had some lights in it.
It's just batteries and shit you got to worry about plugging in though.
Yeah. you got to mod those things. But you know, I think it looks amazing. Honestly, it looks great. I love that the ponytails are like bendable. Yeah, it's an amazing figure. I give it a 9 out of 10. The only reason it's not a 10 out of 10 is because I don't know about it. But 9 out of 10 just off the strength. So, you know.
Yeah. And very close to the prototype as well, which we always love to see.
It looks a little better to me than the proto.
I think Sideshow's going to get this pretty soon, though, because they've already done their little video on it.
That and Stitch, yeah. I think they prepared for this because of Chinese New Year. I think you're right. And thank you so much, Game Shift. I appreciate you for coming to Hotline Hottie. And real quick, Game Shift also made a very good point. I always make this complaint. I'm like, some figures, I'm not going to have a purple light shined on Scarlet Witch, you know what I mean? But I totally agree. That's what I was thinking in my head when I was looking at these photos. I was like, that kind of works. Like, that vibe looks really nice, the way that they photographed it with the UV light. Like, I could see somebody tossing that in their display, and I think it would work pretty nicely.
It kind of gives me Alita vibes. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I love Alita. I have thought about getting that hot toy many times because I really enjoy it.
It's that sculpted hair that's kept me from buying Alita. Because
and
does all that somersaults and stuff, and her hair is like, I'm going to defy gravity. And I'm like, I can't handle that.
I know.
Tokyo, just saying, BTS Toys made an amazing Blue Eyes hammer. They didn't make it. They put it up for pre-order, and it got canceled because,
Damn. Is that the one that was literally just announced? Like, I saw 2 figures that got canceled. Was that recent?
This is about a year ago.
Oh, okay, so I saw something this morning. I'm off on that. Yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame.
I had a pre-order too.
Damn,
it looked good.
It's always unfortunate when stuff gets like I had a figure that got canceled that I was so gutted. It's only happened to me one time where I was like, shit. And it was Daniel Plainview from There Will Be Blood. It was his camp look with the hat and everything. It got canceled in like a month, and I was like, shit, dude. Like,
I didn't even know they made that. That would have been dope.
I have the Black 8 Studio one where he's like covered in oil after the well erupts and his son goes deaf and everything, like that whole scene. And that's like one of my favorite movies of all time. So I was gutted to see that got canceled, but it is what it is, you know.
Third-party figures is where it's at, though. This is a new one. This is 12 scale, but this is amazing.
Dude, I've been looking to pre-order that, like, because I'm so late to the game. I know, and I saw.
But this is magnetic.
That's sick. Yeah, because I have.
So advanced.
I have like the PlayStation, the later PlayStation version of him.
Yeah, I had the NECA one. I just gave it away to a friend of mine because he was all like, "No, you got that one. You can give me this." I was like, "Fuck it."
Yeah.
I was like, "I'm keeping the lion head fist gauntlets though." From I was like, "I'm gonna use those. I'm keeping those."
Well, hey, guess what just happened? Well, I was there away for a minute.
What?
Well, we've been talking about backstage earlier. My Harley Quinn just got canceled.
Damn.
I just got an email canceled. It was canceled, and it's now on my canceled list. Yeah.
So, guys, let me ask you guys this.
How do you do that?
So Lane, on his orders for artisan figures, it gives him
in other ones, not even artisan, just in general.
Okay, so in general, most of Lane's orders, I would assume, most of your orders, Lane, he gets emails, and then if you go on his order, it says that if you do not approve the figure being late in a certain amount of time, your order will auto cancel.
You have to check that when you place the order or sideshow saying you approve it, because when
so that's why I don't have it. That's crazy.
You check that when you go through the order process.
I never do that.
That's why you're getting canceled, because you're missing the email where they're going.
Well, no,
if you want it.
No, I followed those, but I hadn't made my mind up.
Oh, there you go. See if Tokyo can hook you up, man.
I know Joey will help me if I need it, or I can make Kashi.
I want a second one, actually.
Joey, I might hit you up. It's a really sick figure, and when I saw one of the comic shops I follow post up that they were sold out of their allotment and they were just fulfilling pre-orders, I was like, shit, I should have ordered that.
I got this one from Giant Toy.
110 for a third party.
Nice.
Yeah.
This guy's got probably some of the best articulation out of most figures that I've gotten. The only figure that comes close to topping this is my Chaos Toys Dark Knight Returns, and really this guy poses better.
And the seams don't look that bad.
No, they're great. They're great. I did weather his kilt or whatever a little bit because it was very clean. Yeah. But this guy is amazing, and I want to. And when you go to change out his hands, heat his hands up first. I watched a reviewer break his wrist pegs just pulling them off without heating it up.
Damn. Yeah.
So
I hate to see that.
Be careful with that.
It's funny for me with 112 scale, as I'm newer to the higher end stuff like LPZZ, InArt, things like that. That's kind of what I go for. I prefer like that visible joint technology with 1/12 or like basically mini Hot Toys. That's the stuff I've been going for. And love LPZZ. That Deathstroke for me is just like one of the coolest figures I've ever owned.
pull him out. You already got
Dude, it's so good.
Speak of the devil.
And I had the Hot Toys version and I hated it. I bought it on the secondary market for cheap and I got it and I was like, this is so bad. Like the shitty wiring just popping out of the bandana, or the tassels going off the back of his helmet, not bandana, but I hated it. And the LPZZ Deathstroke is just mind blowing. And dude,
this is the 12 scale.
Gong? Is that Gong?
No. This is Muff Toys or Chaos Toys.
Muff Toys.
Yeah, that one looked good.
This one, I like this better than my Hot Toys I just got.
Dude, that Hot Toy though, I just got mine. I'm freaking in love with it, dude. I love it so
I like
much.
my customs better.
Mine's coming
Yeah.
soon.
Do you have the Rovanic stuff? Is that
Yeah.
who made the custom Rovanic?
I had that first. I've had that for years, man.
Yeah, their stuff goes for a lot on the secondary market too.
It goes
like,
for a lot when
insane.
you buy it from them too. It's like
Jeez.
it's not cheap.
Yeah, I love the Hot Toys one. I immediately ordered the Kelly Studio cape because I'm just not a wired cape guy. I've told you this.
Yeah, I got a cape coming. I got a nice drape cape coming from I
Yeah.
thought it was Jackson. It was
Jackson
1/6
and
kit.
Kelly. Jackson and
1/6
Kelly
kit.
did one.
Whatever one he advertised on there, I bought.
Yeah,
He's
he's got
seamless
both.
gauntlets too, right? Jackson
I didn't do the gauntlets.
for comic Batman. Yeah.
I don't know if I'd have to check. No,
He just posted
Kelly.
it.
Oh, they just posted. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe that's the Kento Studio set then. I don't know, unless it's Jackson specifically. I don't know. Maybe
Jackson
I missed
posted
it.
Himself, yeah.
Okay, so maybe he's putting those up.
3D
So I might have
models,
to.
though. 3D
Yeah,
models.
Tokyo. I wish.
Okay.
I really wish I'd ordered a second one of those. I ordered a second Gong Batman. I got 2 of those,
Yeah,
but he's not a problem.
But yeah, I got the Kelly Studio cape. I do have the Jackson cape on pre-order. I'll probably cancel it because I do think I prefer the cloth look of the Kelly Studio cape versus like that leatherish look that they went with.
All right, so that's the one I got then. Whatever the cloth one is, because it's just a
Yeah,
nice
it's-
drape.
Where it's
In
like
fact,
draped.
yeah, comes
Yup,
right around
that's
the
Kelly
neck.
Studio.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's the
Kelly
one I
Studio.
ordered. That's in the mail.
Okay, sweet. So
actually-
yeah, you got the Kelly one too, because I preferred that cloth look. After I looked at the Jackson again, I'm like, why'd they use like the '89 Batman material? It was very weird. But then Kento Studio just put up a custom cowl that looks more like the comics, and then that comes with a cape as well. So I'm like, we got so many options.
I don't need all that. I got the SSR blue and gray suit. I got
That's sick,
one of the
yeah.
robotics, black and gray, and then I got this one. I think I'm good for 6 scale. Dark Knight Returns figures.
That's a good
And
question.
really, that 12 scale is the best one because I cannibalized my Mezco. I had the Mezco. Dark Knight Returns, and I took his thigh belt because I wanted that thigh belt.
Yeah.
And I had to repaint it because it was too pale. And then that grappling hook is also for the Mezco. And no, I don't have the Medi turtles. I got the Mezco turtles, and I think that's just where I'm going to stop at because I got a lot of turtles, or more turtles than I need. We'll just say that. The Medi ones are beautiful, though. They're beautiful.
I want to say this about the Stitch, guys. We're not going to spend too much time on Stitch,
Yeah,
but
that's
I
my
will
fault.
say this. No, it's okay. I'll say this about Stitch. I think they made some very weird decisions on the final product. Like,
I like them.
I'll say, look, I'm gonna add this. I think he still looks adorable. I think he looks cool, but from the side, I don't understand why his nose is so like pushed into the face now. Like it almost like looks like his nose is gone from the side if you look at the Figure Hideouts video. Also, like his middle 2 teeth, upper teeth, they look less visible than the prototype, which I don't think that's accurate. It's very weird. I will say this though. I think if you spend the time and like kind of groom this figure or it's really like a 1-to-1 scale, I think, based on
It's
how
not.
tall it
it's
is.
not labeled
close-
as a one.
Yeah,
scale,
it's not labeled as anything in particular. It's just like kind of their own thing. So it might be like slightly less.
It's
than
not
1-to-1,
life
but
size. It's something.
It's like what 16 inches tall or something crazy like that. I think he still looks awesome. I think it's a cute little figure. It's just I think I like the prototype a little bit more. I think he's a little bit overly fluffy, and I do like the change with the ears. They're way more posable, and I just think like so. I'm gonna pull up the prototype as well next.
Yeah,
to
let
this
me.
so
I
we can
haven't
kinda
seen
see
that
what
in
he
a
looks
minute.
like. So here's the final product. Again, a lot of people, of course, are crapping on this just because like one person said it sucks. Everybody's gotta hate it, but
Who said it sucks? I don't hear anybody say that.
if you look at the comments, they're pretty.
I don't read
rough.
the comments. Comments are full of trolls.
Yeah. So again, those teeth, I don't understand why the top 2 teeth, they're supposed to be smaller than the rest of the teeth, but they're like much more visible in the prototype. And I look back at like clips from the film, and I felt like the prototype was more accurate. But I still think he looks adorable, and it looks like a fun figure to pose up. And I like the glasses and everything, and like he still looks good to me. I just think
I love that he can get his ears down like that, though.
That's a great change. Yeah,
so much range in those ears.
I agree with that for sure.
And his mouth closes all the way, because I didn't think you could close it all the way at first, and now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a change, but I do want to. So we have our eyes now on the final product. Again, I still think he looks good. I just think I like the way the hair is a bit closer to the body on the prototype. I just think that looks a bit more accurate to
this is the prototype.
This is the prototype, yeah.
He looks cheaper here.
He does in a way, but I also think that it looks more accurate to the film. I just think that his fur is a bit closer cut to his body, and a lot of people are calling the final product like the blue Labubu, which I think is a bit unfair, but you know, to each their own. I'm curious to hear the people in the chat's thoughts on this, because the Hot Toys comments are very negative for the most part, of course. And I know Adam was saying earlier that he picked this up for his daughter. I'm sure she's gonna love it, and it's gonna be such a fun piece. Like Maz said, like you got the accessories and stuff to pose with them, and the ears go down. Like it's gonna be a very fun piece to pose. But I think if Hot Toys was like you can have what this looks like or the final product, I'd probably pick this one in terms of the overall look. But I'm happy with the final product. But I want to pull up the figure hideouts video. Oh, sorry, we don't want the audio. I want to pull up the figure hideouts video because he kind of showcases the articulation and everything. And I want you to pay close attention to that nose from the side. In a certain like scene in this video, the nose literally looks like he has no nose. It's very weird because it's supposed to like slightly protrude from his face. But when he turns it to the side, it like disappears because the face is so fluffy. And again, this might be alleviated if you kind of groom the hair a little bit yourself with like a fine bristle comb or something, which I'm sure is possible to style this to a certain aspect. But it looks like a fun thing to pose, you know what I mean? And I'm not canceling mine because I don't think it looks as good as the prototype does. I still think he looks awesome. And you know me, I have a big Hot Toys Disney display. I have every single Disney figure other than like the older Pirates of the Caribbean, like side characters and stuff. But I still think he looks pretty good. Yeah, see, like, here's the weird thing, right? So in this shot here, the nose looks normal. And then you'll see in another shot later, it's like buried into his face. It's so bizarre.
That's before he combed it, because he shows him combing it.
Yeah, let's see what it looks like later. Yeah, like, see what I mean? Like, he has like no nose there. It's so bizarre. So maybe he styled it a little bit. I have no idea. Or maybe when you move the mouth, the nose goes down a little bit. I have no idea. But like here, it looks like the ghoul from Fallout. Like,
Yeah.
it's just weird, right? It's like, how does it go from this earlier shot where it's
looks like a Pac-Man from the side?
That's crazy. It's weird. Maybe in person it'll be a different experience. I have no idea, but I thought that was super strange. And of course, there was a screenshot of that, and everybody was sharing it. But yeah, I thought, yeah, like here, it looks completely normal. And then you go to that other shot where it's like fully from the side.
Right, because
like,
he's gripping on the nose, and
but his nose is gone. Like I don't know. It could be camera tricks. Who knows? But
it's the hair. It's just sticking up too far past the nose.
I hope so. But yeah, he looks very well articulated, surprisingly. It's not, a lot of people are just calling it like a plushy toy, but there's actually some pretty awesome engineering from what I could tell. Like the joints look nice, and I love the swap out hands, and it's just going to be a fun thing to pose up, especially for me when I have like a full Disney display. Like I don't know how well he's going to fit in there because it's a pretty big piece, but I'm going to make it work. I'm going to make him like a center.
I wish I had the room for him because I didn't order him, and I kind of wish I did because he's gorgeous, but
yeah,
I like the look of the production one. I do.
Yeah. I like it too. Like I said, I think I prefer the prototype, but I still think he looks awesome. I really do like it. Again, and he even comes with a base, which usually weird stuff like this does not. Like the bigger stuff, they're like, hey, we don't need a base. This is actually just like the Pooh base. That's what it reminds me of because I have the Pooh in my collection, and he has a similar type of base where it's just like a little like.
I wouldn't need a base. I'd sit him down just like that. Maybe fold his ears down. I don't know.
Yeah, that's my favorite pose too. When he's sitting down like that little.
He's like looking up, like, "Ha, I'm proud of myself."
Yeah, like a dog. Like that's my favorite pose right there. That looks great, and I think that's how I'll probably pose mine. I don't think I need the base.
He looks good.
Game shift. It appears to me like when he's moving them, it almost looks like they're ratcheted. But I would hope it wouldn't be wire. But if it is, I mean, it still looks like it poses well. It looks almost ratcheted in the arms though when he's articulating them, so I'm not sure.
I think the ears are wired though.
Yeah, the ears probably are wired. That's a good point. I didn't love the live action version either. Chris actually, him and I were kind of like going back and forth on it, not in like a negative way, but I was like, I don't know, dude. I didn't really care for the changes they made. I didn't go and see it in theaters because a lot of people were complaining about it, and I finally watched it and wasn't a fan. But that's been the case with most live action Disney stuff. It just doesn't live up to the animated version for me. Although I did really like Beauty and the Beast. I thought they did a good job on that one. I know that's not everybody's favorite, but I enjoyed it. I don't know, dude. I'm still waiting for Ares from Tron Ares. Like, they recently showed it not long ago, so I'm hoping that still happens because I actually really enjoyed that movie. But hopefully we'll see more. And yes, the nose does look bigger, not only from the side, obviously, but like the upper portion of the nose does look a little bit bigger. It's one of those things, kind of like where Hot Toys kind of takes their own design cues on certain things with it, which, you know, most of the time I'm fine with, but for this one, it's like I said, I think I like the prototype a little bit more, but that's okay. I don't think we'll spend much more time on Stitch though, because I know everybody's like probably stitched out at this point. This is just a quick little preview, so not really much of a discussion. I have not seen K-pop Demon Hunters, so me personally, I have no skin in the game on this one, but I do think it's a really cool license, and hopefully for those that want this, which seems like a lot of people are excited for this because I know this like exploded worldwide. Hopefully they do the trio, and those who want it will get what they wanted from this. This is a film, not a show, right? I think it's a film. It's a movie. Okay, you said
it's an animated movie.
Okay. Yeah, I just hear I've walked past so many kids in public like playing the song on their little iPads. So I'm like, it must be big if I'm hearing it everywhere, but this is really cool from a unique standpoint, and it makes me wish that they did Stranger Things, because I was really hoping they would do a couple final season Stranger Things.
Wish they did Blue Eye Samurai.
Yeah, there's a Blue Eye Samurai again, dude. Game Chef, this is for you too, dude, huh?
Stranger Things season 5 does not warrant any figures. That last episode was horrible.
I agree, but as someone who enjoyed the show, and, you know, the finale had some bits that I liked, and then many plot holes where I was like, shit. But I still would have liked a couple figures, like maybe even just 11 would have been cool.
My my consensus is they should have ended it with the finale of season 4.
Yeah, I mean,
they should have left it there, just kind of like Halloween ended, you know, with him gone.
Yeah,
they could have wrapped up a few other story arcs, but as far as Vecna's gone, like, he's just gone. Like, they thought they killed him and he's gone. They should have ended like that.
Yeah. What are we gonna do? Tokyo Joey says, "Did you see Josh Brolin talking about this movie?" I did not. I'll have to check that out after the stream. That's hilarious. But it's like an exciting IP. I love seeing unique stuff like this because that gives you hope for other things. You know what I mean? Like, oh, Hot Toys isn't just doing Marvel and Star Wars, and, you know,
well, and they're doing more Netflix stuff.
Sorry, yeah. I think they've realized that as much as there's a big fan base of Marvel and Star Wars, they can only do but so much before it tapers off. Because, I mean, like, example, I'm offloading Star Wars stuff right now. I don't want it. You know, I sold my crosshairs. I got Wrecker's gone. A whole bunch of stuff I'm getting rid of. I am getting a couple pieces still, like the Wookiee. You know, I'm getting Chewie with 3PO because I've always said that's the one I want. Regardless.
Me too. That's my favorite.
I was like, when they make that one, I'm going to order it. I don't order any OT, but that's the one.
Yeah.
But, you know, for the most part, I'm trying to downsize the Star Wars portion because, to be honest with you, I went into that mainly because The Mandalorian was cool. You know, the first season was cool, and I was getting no Predators, so I was bored. I was buying out of boredom, and now I have Predators, and now I don't want Star Wars anymore.
That's fair.
I got Star Wars here, so I always love it, you know, but
yeah. Star Wars is like my first love, so it's like I always got a little bit more fun.
And I'll always have this here. I don't need a figure.
That's true. What's up, my dude Flavio in the house, another hotline hottie, a good friend. We'll have to have Flavio on very soon. Flavio's due for a return appearance. Adam is not happy with your opinion on the finale. Like you know,
that's fine.
For me, Adam, like I mostly enjoyed it, but there was multiple plot holes that made absolutely no sense to me, especially in that final fight. You know, you're like, where the hell are all the Demogorgons and
I had Game of Thrones flashbacks.
It wasn't quite on that level for me, but I've seen so many people compare it.
I can't say Game of Thrones, but that's I mean, I guess I'm not a big Stranger Things fan, but I'm
I
sorry,
love the show, dude.
I can't say that it could approach the fans
Congrats.
of Game of Thrones season 8.
No,
I just took my money from a clean version.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
did they? Nice. Yeah, I actually I just got invoice from Racks for mine. Congrats, NW. You have to let us know what you think of it, because that was my top 5 figures of the year. Battle Damage Shade Hunter was number 2, because I just love that figure, and I never had the DX13 to like numb my experience a little bit, because it is like an older version of the same figure. I had the Present Toys versions, which, you know, for the time, for how cheap they were, I was happy with them, but I absolutely love that figure, and T2 is such a big film for me, so that is a very special figure for me, so I cannot wait for the clean one to arrive as well. Yes, sir, Star Wars is my number 1, and, you know, I'm just trying to be less crazy with Star Wars. You know, I say that, and Lane and I know what I purchased Star Wars related that hopefully will ship soon.
Yeah.
And it's not a figure.
The thing is, Star Wars next year could come back and get us very badly with the re-release of the original version of Star Wars in movie theaters.
I'm excited for Mando and Grogu as well. I've really enjoyed the trailer so far. So
I think that this year will dominate probably May the 4th and stuff. Any releases they do, since it's going to be roughly the same time. But they've also put out a lot of the main character type things we can think of, even OT wise. I mean, even 2.0 or different types with like Han Solo and
Lobot.
Some of those other stuff.
I would love a Lobot, especially because we have Lando. We need a companion piece for him. And you guys know me. I'm crazy, and I went all in on the Scum and Villainy sideshow stuff, because I just absolutely love side characters and aliens and droids. Like, I just love those, and I have a heavy appreciation for them. So I would love to see a Lobot. That'd be super cool. Yeah, guys, we're gonna talk about the Rocky though, because you know, I said this at the beginning of the stream, and I've said it many times. I'm not buying a Rocky figure that doesn't have boxing gloves and boxing trunks on. And the one I wanted the most, because my favorite
Rocky 4
arc is Rocky 4, you know, because I loved Apollo Creed.
Drago.
Big fan of Carl Weathers, everything that he's been in. You know, we know from Predator. Loved him in The Mandalorian. It's sad to see that we never got a Grief Karga figure, because I always really wanted that. Even especially the Magistrate look. I really loved that look.
Oh, with his super long cape.
Yeah. But this was always like my favorite arc in Rocky, is like, you know, Apollo Creed dies in the ring, and then Rocky gets the redemption for him wearing the Apollo Creed trunks. And so Sly Stallone shop is done playing around clearly with the Rocky stuff, because they've shown a lot of teases, and this is like the ultimate edition. As we know, they always do many different versions, so there's different tiers you can get. But I think this is very clever to do just the ring corner. So that way you get a little taste of that ring, but you don't have to make space and spend a shit ton of money getting a 1/6 scale ring, because that would be ridiculously large and very expensive. I think the body looks amazing, and if you guys aren't familiar, Kaustic Plastik is who works on these figures for Sly Stallone Shop. And if you guys are familiar with Kaustic, you know that they've been developing these silicone bodies. I think they use platinum silicone for the past probably couple years, and now we're seeing Conan and Bloodsport, Frank Dukes, and probably whenever we get the Chong Li figure, of course, he's going to have that as well. So this is very exciting, and don't worry, I know that's kind of far away right now. I do have some closer up shots. I like it. I think it looks good, man. I think, of course, the body looks really good. The head sculpt, I think this is one of those sculpts in person. It could look a little bit better. It's not like a 10 out of 10 here. It's not the best Sylvester Stallone likeness I've seen. I actually really like the Rambo 3 sculpt from 3-0. I have the Rambo 3 figure. That's my favorite look for Rambo, and I think they did a good job on that. But I'm excited for this, because this is my time to shine. This is the Rocky I always wanted. And I'm excited that this is their first boxing version. I passed up on like the Lone Collector and all the other two. I think they did 2 total Rocky figures prior to this, and neither one of them were an actual boxing version. They did the one in the iconic like Philly Steps outfit, the gray jumpsuit, tracksuit rather, and then they did the Lone Collector with the leather jacket. So this is the one for me. And they're doing Drago as well, so to have them facing off, maybe they'll both have a corner of the ring. I don't know how they're going to do that. That might look a little weird on display. Now that I'm thinking about that, I don't know. But yeah, guys, is this something that would hit your radar at all? Like, are you interested in Rocky figures at all? Damn, nobody.
I was letting everybody else.
Crickets.
Oh,
because I've been talking.
Maz. Well, Maz, we'll go to you, Maz.
Oh no, I wasn't gonna buy it. I was gonna let everybody else talk though, because I've been talking so much.
Somebody.
Hey, it's been a while, dude. You're allowed to share your thoughts on everything.
Oh, well, I mean, he looks great. I mean, the face sculpt, as you said, is a little soft. It's not quite where I want it to be at. In fact, I've noticed a lot of somebody made this comment in a Discord I was in. A lot of the Stallone Studio stuff's a bit soft on the likeness, which is kind of interesting considering it's Stallone Studios stuff. But yeah, I mean, I love the Rocky franchise, but I don't ever feel like I need a figure. If I got a figure, it'd be of Cobra, and I didn't like the Stallone Studios Cobra when they did that. So.
Yeah, I had that Cobra in hand actually, and it didn't make the cut in my collection, especially when I saw what it was going for. I was already on the fence about it, and I was like, I think I'll let it go. We got Roach Corp ID 2839. It reminds me of that one dude that does like the audits, like the complaints, and he goes to different businesses. That's what that reminds me of. You know what I'm talking about, Fig. I'm sure you've seen those videos. That dude's hilarious.
You talking about Ocean?
Yeah. He says, Roach ID 283282 checking in. I am an in-art defender, and I also enjoy Hot Toys, but to sit there and say someone is not a real collector just because they want to collect from different companies is silly. I don't know if this is directed at anyone in particular, but I totally agree. I mean, I collect a little bit of everything myself, and I love my Hot Toys, and I love my in-art figures, and at the end of the day, you spend your money on what you think, where you think it's best spent. So for me, my in-art figures and my Hot Toys figures and my 3-0 figures and my third-party figures, they live in harmony together, and I enjoy having them all on the shelf. But thank you for the uplifting comment, Roach Corp ID 2839.
Hey, I always tell people I'm loyal to quality. That's what I'm loyal to.
Yeah, right. Whatever's cool, that's what we buy here. And I think I could proudly say nobody on this panel or anyone that ever appears on the channel, whether on the regular panel, we don't do that here. You know, we like to collect what we like, and we don't shun those that buy certain things. But Ronan says Frank Dukes waitlisted on Sideshow. I wonder how long that's been waitlisted. That is a very special one for me too. And again, another one of those figures where they did a special, like, unique silicone body for that figure. And, you know, Bloodsport is a license that we've never seen in 1/6 scale. As far as, like, third party, I don't think we've seen any third party either, maybe custom stuff. But I'm very excited for that. And the fact that they're doing Chong Li as well, I just imagine that buff dude with the custom silicone body, it's going to look really sick. And hopefully they somehow work out, like, that final stage diorama where we can have him facing off on that, like, curved little ramp. That'd be really sick. Clubber Lang Hot Toys just sold for $6. That's ridiculous because that figure is so outdated and like dry. I've seen them like dry rotted because the silicone is so old. At that point, I'd probably rather buy the Star Ace. I know that sounds crazy, but $600.
Star Ace.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's like saying I want to choose between running over some hot coals or end up with athlete's foot for like a year.
Yeah, right. Dude, yeah, he's hilarious, bro. And he does not back down. I wish I remember the name of his channel, but dude is hilarious. He never backs down either. They try to like kick him out. He's like, or they like walk into the back room. He's like, no, you need to get back in here. I'm not done talking to you. So funny. I have not ever been into Final Fantasy, and that's nothing against it. I just never got into it when I was younger, so I'm not into it now. I've seen a lot of really cool figures in the past like 2 years, and I've seen some pretty good reviews on them, but never been into Final Fantasy.
What's Final Fantasy? I don't know what you're talking about.
He busting out the PS1 game. Shit.
What's up with that? I don't know what y'all talking about.
Put it out the vault.
Yeah. That was no vault. He had that shit at the ready, bro.
It's on the bookshelf up here, man.
He's ready.
I don't have my PS3, which would be playing this. I haven't booted that in a minute, but
that's right, because PS3 is backwards compatible. I forgot about that.
So I got a PS3 and I got a PS5. So
nice. Yeah, dude. I hope that Sly Stallone shop goes all out on Rocky, which it seems like they are. I don't think I would buy multiples of each character. It would be nice to have, like, you know, the villains, quote unquote, and then just one version of Rocky, and I'd be happy. But of course, Apollo Creed would be top of the list for me. I would love Apollo Creed because I just love that whole, like, you know, them bringing Rocky into their gym and showing them their ways, and, like, of course, like the iconic quote, like, "There is no tomorrow." Like, who doesn't love those scenes? Come on, bro. But yeah, this is Agent Ratliff. Yes, that is it. Agent Ratliff. Yes. I'm glad you know the reference. But yeah, this is really exciting, guys. I don't have any more photos for you. I don't think it's just those three. But follow Agent Nick Agent Nick YC. You can see his name at the top. He's like the head of marketing and whatever. He has multiple roles, I think, for the Sylvester Stallone shop, but he handles a lot of this stuff, and he's always posting teases and stuff on his Instagram story. So if you want to know where these come from, you can see his name in the corner. That's where they come from. He's always posting them on there. Good question. I would think because it's Kaustic, probably, because you know they're doing rolling eyes and all their figures now, but I don't know for sure, so I can't say for sure. Speaking of Kaustic, though, we have, and guys, here's a little disclaimer, you know, before we go losing our minds, and I'll tell you, I have a small issue with this head sculpt. These are very low-res photos that were taken in their booth, I think in Germany. They're at a convention in Germany right now, Caustic Plastic, and they are showing off the current prototype for Conan the Barbarian, obviously Arnold Schwarzenegger. I want to start by saying this. I think the body looks incredible. Because in this movie, Arnold still had a lot of his Mr. Olympia muscle. So he was huge in this movie, and he just looked very menacing and very fitting to hold such a giant sword. And as you could see, another exciting thing, we have the temple steps from that final scene where he faced off with Thulsa Doom, which I think is going to be a massive diorama base, which Kaustic is known for at this point, doing like all-out diorama display bases. I think overall, the body and the outfit look really good. I'm a little concerned by how the sculpt is looking in its current state when it comes to the eyes. And again, I will say this, I'm open to seeing high-res photos and having my mind changed on it, because these are very bad photos. But here, the eyes just look a little bit off to me. It kind of messes up the likeness a little bit for me. And I come from the standpoint of a big fan of this film and a big fan of Arnold, so I just want it to be the best it possibly can. And I have a lot of confidence in Caustic Plastik that they will do so. And the consolation for me is that the body looks amazing. The hair looks very good. The rooted hair, which I imagine is Tibetan Tibetan wool that they called it in the Crow announcement.
The finest of wools.
The finest of all wools from the Tibetan lambs. You know, I don't know. Again, dude, I don't want to jump the gun on Conan because these are really shitty photos, and we got to be fair to every figure that's in shitty lighting like this. I mean, look at this, right, bro? This was taken from like a 2002 Nokia phone. You know what I mean? Like, it's really bad lighting, and so I don't want to go too hard on it. I want to temper my expectations because, again, I have a lot of confidence in this company, but here I'm not like super blown away by the head sculpt. I just think it's okay, you know.
I think the face looks fine, but the eyes is
exactly right. The expression, love the expression. That like slightly,
even the detailing on the skin looks good.
Right. It's only the eyes for me. That's the only issue that I'm seeing here currently. Yeah, it would be nice. I don't think that they're gonna pass on a sculpted version on this one because the Crow got a sculpted version, so there probably will be sculpted hair as well. So anybody that wants sculpted hair, and to be fair, the Crow sculpted hair looks excellent. They did a really good job on it. You know, to be fair, I think they should. They should. It depends on what it is. Of course, it's a case by case. And I'm not saying that I think 100% better photos are going to come out and I'm going to be like, oh yeah, I was completely wrong. But I think here, I'm leaving it to the opportunity that it could be the case only because these photos are so freaking blurry. Like, there was other photos going around on Facebook, and turns out someone added like AI effects to the photos to smooth out the face and stuff. So I'm being fair with it, and I'm showing the original photos here. So that's why they look so blurry. They're like stills from a video, which I don't know where this video was posted. I could not find it. So again, I'm being fair, just like I'm fair with everybody else when it comes to, at least I try to be. Sometimes we slip up, but I try to be fair with anyone else when we're seeing like really bad photos like this. And again, it's also coming from the standpoint of I have a lot of confidence in this company. So even if this is what the sculpt currently looks like, I'm confident that based on the feedback, which of course there has been some negative feedback, that they will make changes. So as it currently stands, I'm not blown away by the head sculpt based on solely on these photos, you know.
He ain't gonna play games with Arnie though.
Yeah, I don't think so. And this is
like Draven. You got to get the head sculpt.
Yeah, and they did revise Eric Draven's sculpt multiple times. So again, I'm very confident that based on the feedback, they will make changes. I don't think Fabio's ever been like, oh, I'm not changing it. You know, it's perfect. We don't care what you guys say. Even like the Jareth sculpt, the King Jareth sculpt, I thought he looked really good, and they still revised that. So trust me when I say Caustic is very open to feedback. They're not ever like standoffish or anything. So please share your feedback on this sculpt, because if you're not happy with it, like as I'm seeing here, I'm not happy with the eyes especially. I think they'll make changes on it for sure. He said he needs a tan. Again, I want to stress this. This is a very early prototype, so everything is subject to change, and I think they will make improvements to it, which I have seen them do, especially with Eric Draven. They made so many improvements to that figure up until we got the final prototype for pre-order. SG says, well said, Connor. I do believe in Caustic, and they always do good, so hopefully it comes out good. Body is amazing. Right, like, you have a really solid base here. That body looks awesome. I've looked at Arnold's physique more times than I'd like to admit, but I was a big fan of Arnold when I was a kid. So, like, Pumping Iron, everything he's done, I was a fan of. My favorite Christmas movie is Jingle All the Way. You know, I'm really, really big fan of Arnold. So I'm seeing his physique at the time through and through here. I think they did a great job, and you know, they may even make some minor tweaks to the body. Who knows? How's it going? Figured out. Great to see you, my friend, and we're doing well, and I hope you are as well. Thank you for being here.
That's when he was transitioning from like Total Recall, where he murders like 500 people, to more family friendly, to when he would.
Hey, I take a Kindergarten Cop figure, Lane,
to tell everybody to chew.
Yeah,
that was the down swing for a little while there.
Yeah. Marlon says, body-wise, what stood out to me is his chest. It really... so a lot of people pointed that out with the Frank Dukes as well. I'm sure they'll make some minor revisions there. I think what they got so well, though, is like the fullness of the chest. You make a good point. They could separate his pecs a little bit more, because obviously as you lean down and you lose fat in that area, you do see a bit more separation. So that's a fair point. I would say that's a fair point for sure. But like the fullness of his chest, obviously... Arnold had a very unique looking chest when he was competing as Mr. Olympia. So, and I can't remember the year that this movie came out, but it was like near the tail
1983 or 1984.
Okay, so he had finished up as Mr. Olympia at that point, but he still had a lot of his size, obviously. Not like Terminator 2, where he's like very slimmed down. It's not a tumor.
He looks. They're using an older head sculpt on him, man. He looks old.
Yeah. Well, that is the thing. Kind of what's funny with Conan the Barbarian is that Arnold was actually 34 or 32, something like that. 32, 30, between 33 and 35 when he played Arnold, when he played Conan. But the Conan he's supposed to be playing is only 24 or 25. So he was a little bit. But
in the movie, he looked 24 or 25. He didn't look 45, which he looks here in the face.
Yeah.
I never seen this.
So old in this face.
Maybe I was wrong on my take.
I don't know. Like I said,
he looks better still than the PCS half scale statue of Arnold right now. 82.
If they want a good early Arnold face, because I mean this is right around Terminator, man. They need to look at Inart's Arnold face, because that's closer to his face at that age. Yeah, I know people are like, it doesn't look like him. Actually, it does. If you go back and watch the first Terminator, it looks a lot like him.
Yeah, so this is 82. Terminator 2 came out in 91.
No,
so.
Terminator 1.
I know. I'm talking about Terminator 2. I'm just sorry.
I'm just talking about the Inart face.
Yeah, I know you are. I'm just saying in general. Like I'm kind of separating the years so you can see like how much his physique changed over the years. Like 91 versus 1982. He obviously, I think his last Mr. Olympia was what, 77, 78.
Yeah, he shrunk a lot versus those two.
Yeah, over the years, obviously, he doesn't need to keep on all that muscle. So, yeah, he definitely got a lot smaller. But,
he was still pretty buff from, like, Conan to probably, like, that 5-year period through 87, 86, 87. He was still pretty, but not as much as when he was a full bodybuilder.
Yeah.
But after that, he wasn't small, muscular-wise, but he was not as jacked anymore because it was unhealthy for him.
Joey, Golden Hildar is not winning anything right now. See?
Yeah, damn.
She ain't winning nothing.
That's a very compromising position. What the?
Well, unfortunately.
Well, there are some times where like Kratos did actually carry somebody like in that position.
Yeah.
So he's just being game accurate. That's all.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I've played the game.
But he was asking about Golden Hildar, and that's who that figure is. So
that's funny. Ricardo, I totally agree. I mean, and as somebody who's been buying from Caustic for years, and honestly, a lot of people haven't kind of given them a chance up to this point because a lot of their IPs were very niche. Now that they're making bigger IPs, which I think those who are not familiar with Conan don't realize how massive Conan is, not just from the Arnold Schwarzenegger film, but the video games and the comics as well. Like, Conan is a huge IP, like huge IP. So, and someone had mentioned earlier, sorry, I dropped your comment before I actually read it. I apologize. Someone mentioned the war paint version. I'm very excited to see that as well, because I think that's a really cool look from the film. They've talked about doing 3 looks for Conan. So we'll see if they end up doing the 3rd one, but right now they just have the plan for the 2, which I will definitely be going for those 2. But I do hope to see some better. That's crazy. Fabio said, "Nah, that's." Everybody's loving your pose, Maz. They're loving it. That's funny. Joey says, "Hello, Kratos is taking home some cake." Yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, he's got the strength to do it. That's for sure.
I was going more for a protective role, but sure. I mean, he's gonna get some after he's done protecting, of course.
Yeah, of course. The hero always gets his prize, right? Like, Figured Out says his eyebrows look like Tom Selleck's mustache. To be fair, they are kind of puffy, but that is how they look like in the film.
Yeah, he does have very. Yeah,
yeah. He was meant to look like barbaric, you know. So,
do you think there's any chance Caustic might try and do a Thulsa Doom at some point? Because Conan is
he said it's
his rights now.
He said it's a possibility. He said 100% the family said no to the decapitated head. Of course,
well, yes. I don't know why. I'm not sure I would want a decapitated head version.
I would want it because it's like a big part of the movie. But I understand why the family.
Real easy. You take the head off the body, and then it's decapitated.
Yeah. Right. So if they do the figure, you could just take the head off of it and make your own. But yeah, he did say it was in the realm of possibility. Essentially, I don't want to I'm obviously not saying word for word what he said, but yes. I do have some more photos to share from Kaustic Plastik. So here is one of the 2
his father's broken sword.
Yeah. So my comment on this base is amazing. You've got that classic Conan like snake base, but here's the problem: like, where do you put the feet?
Yeah, that's tiny.
Yeah.
This is a Hot Toys problem.
It is, right? And now, so Fabio, if you ever catch wind of this stream, what I would suggest, and maybe you've already thought of this because we have no idea the details, but maybe these skulls could be like magnetic, like, because I know your bases are always magnetic. Maybe they could be removable. Because as I see right now, I don't see very many posing options for having them on this particular base because the whole foot area is covered by random stuff. It looks cool, don't get me wrong, but it's like, where do you put his feet? And Lane, you brought up the Samurai Predator base earlier, and Fig is talking about Hot Toys, how they always do this shit. They just cover the base,
or just any of their diorama. You heard me complain about Wolverine Classic, brown and tan. Like, he's got a rock in the middle of the thing. How do you put him flat on the stupid?
You put his knee up on top of the rock, man.
That's what I did.
Yeah, but if you want to have him just feet flat on the ground, you can't.
Flavio, we have no idea, dude. It's going to be probably, here's the thing, like, when we're talking a 2-pack, we're probably talking $850 plus easily for a 2-pack. Considering Eric was, the exclusive was $624 all in if you buy from their website directly. And again, here's another shot of that final scene temple base with the stairs. I think that's a really cool base. Obviously, very, very special base considering where the story ends. Like, definitely really cool. You got the clock. This is obviously Labrynth. This is the tree from Labrynth with the clock on it. I think we're getting 2 bases for Labrynth. This was a worldwide premiere. Shout out to 6 Scale Mafia on his stream. He actually got some of these photos from Fabio to premiere on his stream. So definitely check that out. He gives more details than I probably will on this stream. But this is the world premiere. We are getting Hoggle, which is awesome. And apparently, according to Mafia, Fabio said that you can also buy Hoggle by himself. But he will be included with the exclusive set, the all-in set for King Jareth. So this is cool. Obviously, if you've seen this movie, if they're going to do some of the goblins, this is one of the ones they have to do. I was hoping for Sir Didymus, and maybe they'll do Sir Didymus down the line. I know he said he's not going to do all of the puppets, but he will do some of them. Now, we've already seen one of the little goblin knights that defend the kingdom. But this is so freaking cool, and he's got rooted hair, as you could see, which I think is a really nice touch for realism. You could see the bracelet right there. Just a really cool figure, and one that makes a lot of sense when we're talking about doing a Labrynth set. So And you could see the base behind him that King Jareth is on, and we've seen it before in at previous cons. It's massive. It's meant to replicate like that final scene, like the saving of Toby, where he's climbing up the upside down stairs and running all over the place. And so this is really cool. This is going to be another really expensive set if you get the all-in set, because we are looking at a potential 2-pack. As of right now, he said they are doing a 2-pack still for King Jareth. So 2 figures with a full head of rooted hair. You know, David Bowie had that big like 80s hairband style hair in that film. So those are going to be very expensive. We're probably going to be pushing 1,000 on this one. Now seeing that we're getting Hoggle as well. It's going to be a pricey set, so you really have to love Labrynth. I really love Labrynth, and to have, I was telling Mafia this, I was like, to have some Jim Henson puppets in 1/6 scale form is just super cool to me. So I'm very, very excited for this. I'm not excited for the price or the space that it's going to take up, but this is super cool.
Why won't he make something that I want? Damn.
Because
Hot Toys owns that license.
Right, and Fabio loves doing like out of the box stuff. Like whoever thought we were gonna get Labrynth stuff? Certainly not me. And he does a lot of course, like classic horror stuff that's really close to my heart. So I appreciate that he does some different stuff. He has been asked about Constantine many times, and it seemed like he wasn't totally against it. So
it's
who
a
knows?
DC property, though.
It is a DC property. Yes, you're right. That is a DC property. So I wonder how that works.
Property. So you're gonna have to fight in our
DC are horrors. Or they give it all up.
That is true. I think you do have your best chances with Warner Brothers, because they just give out their licenses like hotcakes, bro. It's actually wild.
If he's gonna do a Warner Brothers IP, I want Mad Max.
Mad Max would be sick, dude. Is Sin City?
I've seen
Warner
customs,
Brothers,
and I want a good one.
Yeah. Or Watchmen, some like proper Watchmen stuff. Yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah. I mean, not that the So-So stuff was bad, but they've been talking about doing Dr. Manhattan for like 4 years now. It's never going to happen at this point.
Watchmen and Constantine, I'm going all in with Caustic. I don't care the price.
That'd be sick. That'd be sick. I know, dude.
Which Constantine, though?
I'm talking about Keanu.
That ain't Constantine. That's Keanu.
That's
Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is a proper Constantine.
Matt Ryan is a proper Constantine, both playing live action or voicing him in an animated.
I would personally get the Keanu one as well, because that's just part of my childhood.
You might as well just go buy.
That's
Neo.
Keanu bias.
Go buy Neo and put a brown trench coat on him.
I need a cigarette in his mouth.
Yeah, yes, sir. But I agree, Joey. It's such a freaking unique license, and again, I would have just never thought that anybody was going to do it.
I still can't believe they're doing such a really good, like some of the Universal, like the Frankenstein monster. Have they had any? Just has he mentioned doing the Bride?
Yes, the Bride is on the docket. Like,
I mean, I figured of
they're
anything
doing
else they would do, she would be with probably.
Yeah, so the Bride is in development. Boris Karloff is the Mummy, only the Mummy form, unfortunately, not the human form, or whatever we consider that. They're not doing that at this moment, but they're doing like a full 1/6 scale sarcophagus and everything. Like, I cannot wait, dude. Me and my classic Universal horror, I love it. So I can't.
So they're doing the form he was in for like 3 minutes in the movie, because it took forever to put him in all the makeup and all that stuff back in the 30s.
Yeah, so they're only doing the Mummy form, but to be fair, I think most people would probably prefer the Mummy form anyway. But I would love to see the human form. But
the easiest figure they could do is the Invisible Man.
Oh, dude, please don't. I would love my number one figure
box, man.
Yeah, right.
There you go. That's my point.
That would be a very easy custom, to be fair, because you just have to get like the bandages and the glasses and everything.
If they could do like Conan sold like crazy, and they were actually doing like they could do like a Hot Toys expansion, like of everything. Conan, Subutai, Valyria. The guy who the two big hulking like right and left hand guys of Thulsa Doom. I can't remember the character name. One of them's like the head priest, and then there's a guy, other guy who had the big hammer and stuff. Yeah. Those two guys, and then I don't know, maybe the sorceress or something like that from what the Conan just randomly somehow manages to run into.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll go that hard, but that would be
I know. I'm just saying, if they were like had Hot Toys thing for doing something, there are a bunch of characters you could do from the princess and stuff. Heck, Max Vencindo's King.
Well, yeah, and they're doing They're doing like with The Exorcist, they're doing Father Merrin, which is a crazy side
cool.
character, but that's going to be a sick piece, and he's doing the full bed and everything.
You know, I would say, what I would like to see Caustic Plastik actually take a shot at, just for kind of an older random license or something. I would like to see them take a shot at Flash Gordon, 80s Tom Jones. Like, I know another company did them. I think Big Chief maybe or somebody did them, but to see them do a match on Sindao, Ming the Merciless, and do a Sam Jones, Flash Gordon, and maybe one of the 10 or different looking crazy trooper guys, or if they could get Timothy Dalton's likeness rights to do Prince Baron, like that would, I think, would be something really cool to see them.
That would be cool.
That might even be a little bit more obscure even than their playbook, except for maybe like, the Phantom or something like that. That they
assistant, nobody wants a naked Jeff Goldblum.
Yomo, to answer your question, this is Dr. Phibes from the Abominable Dr. Phibes. This is Vincent Price.
Ooh, I've seen that.
Absolutely iconic actor. Even if you don't like this particular film, which I don't see why you wouldn't, just to have a Vincent Price figure is super cool. And
I thought that was Guy Gardner.
Yeah, that's crazy. Same haircut, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
But
I love the first movie. Hate the second.
Yeah, this is really cool to see that they're willing to show like an unpainted prototype, which is obviously very early stages. I love to see that. And Tim, I think I saw Tim mention, I did not see them mention that they're doing a 2-pack for the. So how's that going to work? Is it going to be a later Frankenstein from The Bride of Frankenstein? Like, I'm guessing that's what they're going to be doing, like a completely different look, which of course I will be on board for. And any versions of Boris Karloff as Frankenstein, I'd be in for, or even what's his name? Lon Chaney Jr. I would take his Frankenstein as well. But my number one most wanted, and Tim, I've told you this many times, is I want Lon Chaney Jr. as the Wolfman. And if I could pick out how they would do it, I would love to see the human version as well with the silver cane and everything. Like that would be a dream figure for me. And I know there was a custom that was done years back, but that sells for thousands. Like, I think it's like $2,000 on the secondary market plus. So I will not be spending that, but Lon Chaney Jr. as the Wolfman with rooted hair and everything would be amazing. I'd be so stoked for that.
Not the one from
of
Transylvania 65000 though. Not that Wolfman.
not that Wolfman. Not for me. There we go. Thank you, Tim, for popping that chat as well. Let's see. Yeah. As Maz said, I don't know if.
Well,
I mean, he's got this prosthetic
monster. Flying monster version would work.
But the iconic fly is like when he's stepping out of the thing when he's naked. So
right, yeah,
that's what everybody knows, So
yeah. And guys, we got 89 people watching. We appreciate you guys for being here. If you haven't already, consider dropping a like on the stream and subscribe if you haven't already.
Yeah. Maybe a better chance getting Jeff Goldblum as the cowboy from Buckaroo Banzai.
I would just want Jeff Goldblum from Jurassic Park, and I think I would call it.
Oh, yeah.
Not Wicked. I'm not big into Wicked myself. I haven't seen either one of those films, but I'm sure some people would want that. Independence Day.
Hey, Wicked.
I don't Will Smith from Independence Day.
Both, yeah.
From Wicked, if we could get a Mad Mardigan and Willow, that would be cool. From the Willow movie.
What if I could pick a Will Smith figure that would be obscure? Some people might hate me for saying this. When I was a kid, I loved Wild Wild West.
I knew you were going to say that.
I loved that movie, dude. It was so
the giant spider robot.
Dude, I loved that movie.
Bro, I used to have the Burger King toys.
Yeah, the Burger King toys, bro. It was the most ridiculous movie ever, bro. But yeah, remember when he they shoot the spider legs and he shrivels up and he falls over and all the oil leaks out? Dude, I love that
movie. That is a hill you are gonna have to die.
I will die on it. That's fine.
I need to side with
fun movies,
I need to side with Figure It Out, man. I need Young Frankenstein, Peter Boyle, and Gene Wilder.
Yeah. Ooh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
You know what would be cool though
if
they could do the coloration black and white like they were in the movie.
I think NECA might have done that for
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
But that's NECA, so
yeah. Yeah. I love iRobot. I'm on board with that. iRobot's, and I know they've been talking about doing a second one recently, but I'm happy with just one. But I think number one for me, Will Smith would definitely be Men in Black, like a proper Men in Black. Yeah, you know.
Oh yeah, him and Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, that'll be iconic.
Yeah. Because
I little neuralizer in front of him. Ooh,
I wish somebody would do as part of Batman and Forever. I wish somebody would do a proper. Suit. Yeah, I wish they would do the earlier Batman suit for Val Kilmer.
Yeah,
I wish they would do Two-Face and Riddler and do Sugar and Spice.
Jazz
like have all of them.
Well, I'm happy that I have the third-party versions of Two-Face and Riddler, and they're very good from Mars Toys. But yeah, I really
Jazz Inc. Panther, right?
Yeah, Jazz Inc. has talked about doing the Panther suit not long ago, so it'd be cool. The Panther suit is what everybody wanted. Nobody really wanted the Sonar suit. I got it because it's my Val Kilmer representation. But yeah, I would have preferred the Panther suit for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I just found out about the
Yo
Sonar
Robot
suit?
is crazy.
I just found out it has rolling eyes. I didn't realize that before.
Yeah.
So are you guys already ready to get Jason Momoa Lobo figure and
Dude, he looks badass. I won't lie. I mean, I don't know how he's gonna do in the role, but I think
too much hairspray in his hair. I don't know what y'all talking about.
I like how he looks. I like it.
I wish his eyes were more red. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I wish it had more of a glow.
But I have a stinking suspicion that it's going to be Jason Momoa playing Jason Momoa, so I don't know how I'm going to be.
Well, that's what he was in Aquaman, so why are you surprised?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, there is a certain actor.
He's like The Rock. He can't escape himself, except for when he's not allowed to talk as Khal Drogo.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite role of him.
He can't talk.
I felt like he had a great look for Aquaman, but it's just going to be weird. Like, I don't know if he's going to pull off the Lobo. Lobo has a very distinct personality.
And it's a little bit hard because you still might see, like for general audience, you're going to see, hey, isn't that Aquaman? Like it's the same actor, but it's the same thing. Like kind of, he's one of those actors where, I don't consider him great, like, Robert De Niro or something like that. But especially in genre stuff, you've seen him in so many things. It's hard to see him like when he was Duncan, Idaho. In first Dune, and he's going to be back in Dune 3. It's hard to not see. My problem was I don't see the character Duncan Idaho. I see Jason Momoa. Like it's hard sometimes.
Right.
It's whenever you see Tom Cruise, like you see Tom Cruise more than you see whatever the name of the character is, Ethan Hunt or whatever he's playing. It's a little bit hard to get your mind around that, except maybe when he's playing like Maverick or something, because that was like his big breakout role was playing Maverick. So you can.
It was risky business. What are you talking about?
Well, risky business, yeah, but Top Gun is what sent him into the stratosphere.
Yeah.
Speaking of Aquaman, when are we gonna get a artisan? Like when is that coming?
I know. I would like. If I could pick, I personally would want his Justice League suit artisan. That's my favorite suit. I know a lot of people like the orange and green just for its the iconic. Yeah. But
do you guys think we're gonna? Do you guys think we'll? Speaking of artisan stuff, do you guys think in the next year we'll finally get an artisan, A New Hope Leia?
No,
because that's one artisan.
I think Luke is coming first.
And figured out too soon, bro. Too soon.
No. I'm talking about artisan, like.
I love.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, PSA for those of you getting your Batman Returns figures, don't even breathe on the thing, because I thankfully did not have many issues with mine. I just had like some bubbling on the surface under the clear coat that they put on the suit. But I've seen people like their fingers got like stuck to the surface from holding it and playing around with it too much, and like if you run your fingernail along it, the suit's getting indented. I've had a few friends cancel it. Yeah, so if you're going to get it, guys, handle it very carefully. Of course, you should not have to do that, especially for what it costs. But if you're like me, who's like a massive Keaton fan, you're like, shit, I got to have it, but I'm not happy. And I'm certainly not. And I'm just glad that mine only had tiny little bubbles under the finish in some spots. Like mine does not have any peeling or anything like that. Also, the belt, it just straight up digs into the suit. So just expect you're going to have some like dimples in the finish. But
Great.
Be very careful, because I know a lot of you are getting your Batman Returns figures right now or considering canceling it. It's rough. So if you're somebody that doesn't like tinkering or you get nervous about stuff like that, probably shouldn't get it.
Thanks for helping. Thanks for helping me sell my Batman. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. So
I didn't order one. So
yeah, don't buy it from Lane. No, Lane. Somebody will buy it. I mean, at the end of the day, Batman Returns, I recognize is.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I bought one for flipping purposes too. Damn.
But but Batman '89 is my favorite look, and they screwed that up too. With the
I didn't buy it originally for quote flipping purposes, but because of the issues with that, we talked about this. We know that makes me crazy with figures when we see stuff like that, and I can't stand it. Where's Plo Koon? I'm kind of wondering that too.
So guys, he was on that list. You know, we've had 4 figures now on that list released, so maybe before Chinese New Year we might see him. So fingers crossed. I think we got like what, 2 weeks before Chinese New Year, maybe 2 weeks.
Next week.
It's definitely in February.
Yeah. So maybe a week, 2 weeks, something like that. But we'll probably see it before then if the rest of that list comes true. Is that a signed poster behind you, Maz, or am I just seeing like a weird like reflection?
Oh, that's a light thing in front of it. No, it's not.
That's sick though. I'm excited.
That is my Egress LED light thing from Solo Leveling.
Oh, okay.
Which is my new favorite thing, Solo Leveling. I love it.
That is a hilarious Aseki anime. But Solo Leveling?
Isn't that funny? It's got a couple of funny scenes, but it's not like a comedy. What are you talking about? Hilarious.
No, I just think I find the second buddy just for how they always have the main guy just annihilate everything.
That's what they call aura farming.
Exactly.
I know.
And figured out mine. I was actually just showing the boys backstage before the stream started. I had like a small little peel on the surface of mine, and I've literally done nothing with it. He just stands here, you know. So
Hot Toys needs to slow down, man. They're out here rushing and doing this, announcing this. You know, they need to slow down, make sure what they're putting out is fire. You know,
I think we're supposed to be like baby oiling the figure. Like that's my fault. I didn't oil him
Schnitzel grease.
Yeah. I should be oiling him up, dude. It's already
go ahead, digging that top shelf, brother.
Give it some lube, dude. Give it some lube.
Yeah, right.
Water based.
So that's on me, not lubing him up. But
but no,
February
you shouldn't
17th,
have to right out of the box like that, man.
No, you shouldn't. I agree.
I'm
but
sad.
take care, Joey. Thanks again for hanging out, bro. I appreciate you.
Take it easy, Joey. Good talking to you.
Yes, sir. But yeah, guys, we're another one. Yeah, 217. Okay, so yeah, we got a couple weeks until then. But guys, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. 87 people still watching. You guys are the best. What a fun stream. Great to have Maz back on. It's been a minute, and what a perfect time to bring him on to talk about the Father Predator. Hopefully, we see that Quay in the next couple months or so, because obviously with Chinese New Year coming up, they're probably going to be a bit until they announce it if they do. If so, I will be a very happy camper, and I will be pre-ordering that one as well.
Predator Killer of Killers figures, please.
Oh, yeah. Even in like 1/12 scale, I'm surprised we haven't
Well, there's people that have made customs, but
yeah,
I don't know them from Jack, so I'm not ordering them. So, you know. Thank you, Big Dog Pound.
Even like the Predator game, they've added, I think 3 now of the main predators from the different scenes, like the different stories. They've added them to Predator Hunting Grounds, which is cool. They just added the meat masher dude with the.
Did you order that 52 Toys Predator they just put up for pre-order?
I did not.
I think he's sold out too now.
You'll have to show it to me. I'm just curious. Is that the one that like looked like had weird armor on it?
Yeah, he's got a little biomechanical kind of look. Man.
Yeah, I saw one picture of it, but I didn't see anything else. I'll have to check that out, just out of curiosity. By the way, what's up, Paige? If I missed you in the chat earlier, I apologize, Paige. I'm sure you dropped your hashtag hotline confirm. What's up, my friend? Peace out. Again, guys, thank you, everybody. Stay warm out there. As Pedro says, stay warm, stay safe. Those of you who got snow, you know it's been absolutely crazy, and we're already seeing maybe next weekend some more. So stay safe out there, guys. Yeah, it's been nuts, man.
Where at?
I'm in Maryland, and Fig is very close to me himself.
I got a homeboy in Atlanta. Yeah,
I'm in Atlanta. That's where
it didn't snow that bad down there, right?
I didn't get any snow. I got ice. I'm over on the northeast side, though, so the stuff more north got some snow, like Marietta and stuff.
Henrietta, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we got snow then ice, so it was like double whammy. It sucked balls.
It's an ice rink outside.
And yes, guys,
I'm
check
just
out
happy
Moz.
we didn't lose power, so that was good.
Yeah, same here, because my girlfriend was super worried about that. But yeah, guys, check out Moz again. If you're at all interested in toy photography, I think he does a great stream over there, and I think there's always. Yeah, I was gonna say I think there's always like a teaching lesson there with every stream, and like I think they're very fair when they like critique others' photos and stuff, and I think it's just a fun time. And if it's something you're interested in, definitely check him out. And Moz has been doing it for a long time, so he's got it down to a science, and he does a really great job. So again, Moz, thanks for being here, my friend, and for impromptu dropping, of course. And Fig and Lane, thank you so much as always for sharing your time with us on Tuesday evening.
Yep.
He said, hello, my frozen friends. Just got here late. We'll have to catch a replay. Well, thank you so much, Boba Fettuccini. I appreciate you, my friend, and anybody who's watching on the replay. Enjoy. Fig, I'm going to remind you, because I don't know if you remembered, you will be on Jose Plus's channel.
Exactly. I was going to say.
Go ahead. You have the floor.
And 1-6 Figs. We're going to be doing a wild card triple threat match. Is going to be crazy. Me, Flavio, Flavio, and Sal the Collector. We're going to have a beautiful time. I already got my pitch all packed up, ready to go. My boy Jose is helping me out, because I'm not too good with this technological type thing, you know what I'm saying? So we're just, it's going to be amazing. And, I'm glad to have streamed the OG Predator Maz, you know what I'm saying? The OG Predator guy, you know what I'm saying? And it's been amazing. You feel me? It's been amazing to do this again. Packed in the house. We snowed in, baby.
I'm glad that you changed the wording there in the second half.
Hey, I had to fix it. I had to adjust.
It's all right. It's all right. We know what you meant. Damn, Sal's worried. You got him shaking in his boots now. And Red Priest said he just sent Maz a friend request also from Atlanta. Awesome, dude. Awesome.
Cool.
Well, everybody take care.
Where am I looking?
I got maybe Facebook, I would assume.
I don't know.
It's going to pop up somewhere from my boy Red Priest. But appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Apparently, he's saying Figster's days are numbered. Figster is wild. But take care, everybody, and we'll hopefully see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. EST.